Life's hard everywhere, I suppose, but nobody knows the pain you feel. Life's hard everywhere, I suppose, but nobody knows the hurting's real. Been flying without trying for a while. Falling free. Been flying without trying for a while. Come and fall on down with me. Come and fall on down. Roaches kid my cracked smile. His heart is filled with reverie. Half a lifetime in denial. Forgotten pinholes in his sleeve. Been flying without trying for a while. Falling free. Been flying without trying for a while. Come and fall on down with me. Come and fall on down. Calmly now, she thinks about it and wonders how she came to be. Half asleep on some dark mattress in the attic next to me. Seems the more she thinks about it, the more she comes to know. To every top remains a bottom, and you get killed or you go home. Been flying without trying for a while. Falling free. Been flying without trying for a while. Come and fall on down with me.
Yo, what up, TascFam?
Come and fall on down.
Yo, we're chilling. We're getting ready to chill for another live stream. If you're catching the replay, just remember that you can. Oh, I'm really blown out. Just remember that you can hit the bell next to the subscription if you want to get notifications when we're going live. We go live every Tuesday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Tonight is our first official Wizard Wednesday, so that's pretty dope. So check it out, and we're gonna get started here right now. We got the replay going. How's everybody doing tonight? Saw Skiz coming through, Coupe DeVille getting Hap Road. We saw John Pittman hanging out. What's going on, guys? Twin, I think, is here, and yeah, good to see all you guys. Thanks for coming out.
We started out tonight
with
an unreleased live track that I recorded for a friend of mine called Joe McNulty. He has no online presence at all, and he's sort of born a traveling man. He's out traveling now somewhere in the U.S., probably headed to Cali, but
He's just like touring around.
he just does what he does, man. He stays. He was here for a couple years, and things got tight, and he decided it was time to go again. So he called me up and said, "Yo, I'm leaving," and off he went. So he was headed to Florida, and then he was going to Texas, and after Texas, he was going to head towards Cali. So
Cool.
I suspect he's probably there now. But
Nice. Well, Joe, you're out there. I hope you're doing well. I know I've never met you, but I love that song, man.
Yeah, man. He's an old soul, man.
He's like a troubadour.
Definitely an old soul. But that was recorded live at an open mic that I used to do a few years ago. Right off the board into a 2-track with the Korg reverb that's behind me. And yeah, man, sailing the freeways of freedom, definitely. We got to figure out. Actually, you want to just hold on to that?
Yeah, sure. Maybe we could.
And you'll be responding as me, I guess. But
Swin said I shaved my beard today and had some J-style burns for a little while. Should have taken a pic.
there you go.
Yeah, dude, you could have bumped it in the live stream.
I have no idea what happens if I comment on this, but
What's that one? That's also your thing?
yeah, I'm on the same thing.
Yeah, we're trying to monitor the comments tonight because last time we were here it was hard to see what was going down. But
Yeah, so we got dual devices. We'll see what happens with
dual
that.
devices.
I don't know if it'll update the chat at all
Yeah. So
with 2 things open, but
yeah, I don't know. I mean, at least I can still see it.
are you guys getting us out there?
Yeah, let us know about the quality and stuff. Yo, Strawberry Sleepover, what up? Doing the
There we go.
dual device in it.
Nice.
Thank you so much. That helps out a lot.
So yeah, we spent our entire day here working on some new content for the channel for you guys. And,
Yeah, we got like a lot of stuff for March ready to rock. So
I wish we could play them the track.
I know we gotta save something.
It's a burn.
Yeah,
Uh,
we did 3 demos of the TascFam Preamp today. We did drum machine, drums, and a whole song. And each part of the song we used the preamp on. So
yeah, we did 1 drum mic because it seemed like everybody was sort of interested in that.
The
So
mono drum sound.
mono drum sound.
Sounds amazing.
We mic'd a clean guitar amp with just Mike's Silvertone running into it straight. Ran that through the TascFam. Then
Which
we did
also sounds cool.
Yeah, it sounds great. We did the bass through
The
it.
bass through it sounds awesome.
Um,
Something had to be a little cleaner though. So
Yeah.
the bass wound up being a little cleaner.
yeah, the bass is a little bit cleaner, and then the vocals too. And we did it with mics that even like somebody with no budget could swing. Like
We did Audix, right?
an Audix i5 for some of it, and an
Navy.
SM58 clone, a Nady SP5, which is,
Cheap
if you can
mics,
find
right?
it, it's a super cheap mic, but it sounds cool, man.
Yeah.
That was on drums and on vocals.
Yeah, and bass was just direct into the
Yeah.
preamp. Yeah.
Yeah, bass was through the patch bay from the live room back into me in here, and then we just tracked it in.
Yeah.
But we can't play you that, I guess.
And it was like, yeah, maybe at the end we'll get a little.
Give them just the loop at the beginning.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I mean, why not?
All right.
Um,
So what's good out there, family?
yeah. We got any questions? Any questions for the Wizard tonight? We're just chilling. I mean, this is gonna be like a 12-hour 424 day.
Yeah, we've literally been working on content for you guys for.
Just been drinking coffee. We ate a whole pizza between the 2 of us, which is just classic.
We're at the 10 hour and 7 minute mark roughly right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's cool.
But I mean, like, time flies when you're having fun. It doesn't feel like it just. I don't know.
I feel like you're like partially out of the shot.
Am I? No.
Stay where you are. Stay where you are.
Da, 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 da.
I feel better about that. Now it's not just me, it's us.
It's us.
It's us in stereo.
It's us.
Hey, Will, what's going on?
Hey, Will, what's going on? Man, thanks for coming out again. I know it's late on the UK right now. It's 5. I think they're 5 hours ahead. So
Looks
it's 1
funky.
a.m.
What do we got going on there?
Oh, the stream?
Uh,
Yeah, it looks like it's a little low qual. That's all. We could try moving it around and using the other side. It might be better because this camera on the side of the iPhone I think is less quality. And if we're not using it to look at the
Yeah, John, totally making shit happen, man. And you guys that emailed me in the last day or so, if I haven't gotten to you yet, I'm working on it.
let me try switching it around and just seeing what happens.
All right, you go ahead and do that.
All right, hang on, TascFam. I'm just gonna try something here. Since Jay's here, I can kind of do a little bit of both. So I think if I go like this, does that make it look any better?
Hold on a second, because it's going to take a second to catch up.
How's that looking out there? Better, worse? Did I just completely fuck everything up?
It hasn't,
Oh, it's like upside down. Is the quality better?
I don't know if the quality's better, but we're certainly upside down now.
All right, let me put it back. Sorry, I was trying to get it look a little bit better.
The back.
We're Mr. Back. All right, we're back. We're back. Sorry, we just dropped like a bunch of people. It seems like too many cookies over here. All right, sorry, we're just getting our stuff together. Let's see. Is that about where it was?
Yeah, it seems about right.
Cool. Yeah, so we're just gelling. I don't know why the quality is so low.
Well, sounds good at least.
As long as the sound is good, I mean.
I don't know, maybe we're pulling too much 4G up here with all these devices.
Oh.
I have no idea how that works. But, yeah, so I had some requests for,
You were just one job.
had requests about, from DBO, on the forum about a preamp for Rhodes. So I got a tube design I'm working on for that. Been working on that for like the last day, and yeah.
Delete those cookies. Oh, now it looks better.
Yeah, it's cleaning up some.
I don't know. Is it that pixelated when I'm doing it from my house?
No, not usually, but it depends.
It looks better on your phone, actually. Maybe it's cleaning up.
That screen sucks.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. All right. Hey, Matt. How goes it? Yeah, so what's going on? Oh, what's
Shit.
that? Catface!
Damn.
I can't believe that. Thank you so much, Catface. Appreciate you. I can't believe the super chat still works. Like, it was demonetized last night. They said super chat was no longer available, but we still got super chat trickling in. So you tell me, YouTube. I don't know what you're trying to pull here, but demonetize all the vids. Said super chat wasn't going to work, and now it's working. So appreciate all you guys the past few live streams hitting us up in the super chat. That's awesome. And I don't know why I see it here. It's still on Jay's thing. So
Yeah, I mean it showed up on my phone too.
very weird. I don't know what the deal is with the YouTube demonetization stuff. I figured out. I hope they ain't pockets. No, I don't think they are. It's coming up on my. There's like a super chat thing in the live stream area, so it comes up. It's all documented, so don't worry. I'll make sure YouTube doesn't pocket that. Those.
Yo, you're getting ganked.
Yeah, right. So I don't know. It might still be there at the next couple live streams. It might not. I don't know. Because all my videos last night, as we were streaming, were demonetized. So, but I figured out, doing the math, that we'll be back monetized in like a month or two. So
Nice.
probably like a month and a half. So as long as you guys just keep watching and liking and subscribing and sharing the vids, like that's help. That's like super helpful to just getting it back to. I'm getting those pennies. So thank you so much.
Yeah, well, that's all my rack shit behind me, with the exception of some things that are on like permanent or semi-permanent loan. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like super warm in here because of the heat that's radiating off of this. It's almost like a fireplace.
We actually have a window open right
Yeah,
now, even
this
though it's
window
February. It was
is like
over
open
70.
over here.
It was over 70 degrees here today.
Yeah, we were hanging
That's
out.
Fahrenheit.
It was crazy, and it's supposed to snow tomorrow in the forecast here. So
Will said he loves some close-ups.
it's very weird. All right, yeah, we could get some close-ups. The only thing is, last time we did close-ups, we were dropping the stream.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll send you some stills. Well, maybe I'll put some stills up on the
Suck on this,
Forum.
YouTube. Thanks, Twin. Hooking it up with the $2 super chat. Thanks, bro. It's still working, so thank you, my friend.
Cat face, all that analog warmth. Yeah, some of the stuff in this rack is old as hell. So
Yeah, this ain't no digital warmth over here.
well, some of it is.
Oh, that's true.
You know, the SPX 90 in there. That's got some certainly
Yeah,
got
that's
some
like
digital warmth.
vintage digital warmth.
But yeah, well, I'll definitely take care of that as soon as we're done streaming. I actually have pictures on my phone already of the racks, but
Chestnuts roasting on an open door, TascFam nipping at your gas.
nice.
Nice, Jeb. Yeah, the weather, yeah, it is like spring. All the trees are budding. We were hanging out with some animals today. There was like a flying squirrel outside that was chilling with us just before.
Fucking deer and...
The deer have just been chilling. Like, I think all the animals are kind of like, and us too are like, what the hell is going on?
I'll take it.
We're all like a little like, let's just hang. Everybody's chilling.
I spent about half the day today in just a short sleeve shirt outside, which was sweet.
Yeah.
But tomorrow they're calling for an inch of snow here, so we're gonna be back down in the 30s.
Yeah, so go figure that out. I mean, it's pretty bizarre what's happening weather-wise here.
I give up. You gotta roll with it.
Hey, I'm down early spring, so let's do it up.
Yeah, twin, it definitely beats the hell out of the cold.
Yeah, we'll take it. This is like perfect weather, you know, so it's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, really nice. We actually made an excursion today. We tried to drive up to Big Pink, but then we chickened out when we got halfway in the dirt road.
Right. We started driving up, what is it called? Damascus?
Parnassus.
Parnassus. There's a Bandcamp Road, which I don't know if that's... We were discussing in the car, like, is that where they got the name for Bandcamp from? It's really funny. We should have taken a snapshot. But yeah, we got like... What do you think? Like 25% of the way there, and we were like, "Fuck this!"
Probably a little less than half by Google Earth, but
there was all these like private road signs and stuff that was like private road, and we were like, "What's gonna happen if we go up here?" It was all muddy. My car's not that great in the inclement weather / mud, so I just had this vision of us getting stuck. Being a pessimist of us.
I actually thought when you went to turn around, like we were backing off the edge of the road, I was like, but it was fun.
Yeah, we worked out. If anything, we get to tell the tale of how we wussed out on checking out Big Pink. So I was almost there. We almost went there.
Well, now you know where it is, at least.
Yeah.
So you can do it again if you're feeling saucy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun.
So that was that. And then
I got the whole tour. And it isn't really in Woodstock at all.
No, it's not.
I think we were talking about that last time.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
It's more so in Veteran or Sardi's.
Well, that technically is like sort of Centerville, I guess.
Yeah.
Theoretically, but...
a lot of old little hamlets up there.
Yeah,
very
totally.
Cool. But yeah, we almost saw some music history tonight.
And Mike sort of saw where I live.
Yeah, that's really
not the inside, but the grounds at least. And,
Jay has this huge barn like right in front of his house. It's like, dude, why is the studio right here? But
I wish.
Yeah.
If it was mine, it would be.
Really, really cool little barn space he's got, but
it'd be 2 stories of nothing but.
Yeah, that's a dope barn, man.
But you know. Whatever. So at least you got to see the spot. And then we got some bomb-ass pizza from the local pizza purveyor.
Yeah, that was good pizza, man. We got a large pie with broccoli. It was awesome. So good. All right, what do we got going comment-wise, guys? Like everyday dough. That's right. That's what it's all about at 424 recording. Capro was probably chilling, big chilling in sun today, doing something he wanted to do. Yeah, dude. Capro, I've learned so much from Capro. Whenever the sun is coming in the window, he's just chilling there doing his thing. It's awesome. I actually got a picture of him, but I can't show it because it's on my phone. Maybe next time.
Jesus.
But -3 last night. Oh my god. Puxatawny Phil is a real punk. Yeah, he doesn't know what's going on, man. I don't trust that groundhog.
Catface, where are you that it was -3 last night?
Yeah, I think Catface is up in Canada, right? Toronto? Or am I confusing you?
Huh. Man, I'm glad it wasn't -3 here.
Yeah, me too.
Jesus.
Oh, Midwest Ireland. Oh, that's right.
Whoa. Yeah, definitely not Canada.
That's really a really strange, like really low temperature for Ireland, right? I thought it never really dipped much below like 40 or something. Right? Or it's pretty mild there most of the time? Yeah, I'm sorry. Catface is in Ireland, not Canada. That's a total different side of the world.
Apart,
yeah, literally.
Oh, man. Huh. Well, yeah, so let's talk about some. You're a very Gallagher fan.
Cool. So this is working with the dual
Yeah,
dual screen
I think as long as we don't like
chat.
type comments, we're probably good. I'm not sure how it works.
Awesome. I can't wait till you get some Wi-Fi up here. Dublin is usually mild, but I'm out in the sticks.
Someday I hope to go to Ireland.
Yeah, I was in Ireland this year or last year. It was awesome. Really cool. It's only like 4 or 5 hours flight.
I work with an Irish punk band. That's as close as I've gotten. But, you know, take what I can get.
We'll hit you up if we ever come out, cafes, and we'll hit up a pub or something, get some shepherd's pie.
As long as it doesn't have lamb or anything in it.
Yeah, I think
Whatever
you can get it.
What do you? I don't know. What goes in that?
I might be lamb, yeah.
No, I can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah, so we got the TascFam. We also made a video on the sub input and using the sub input to make a mix, make like a drum mix, and then send it to the sub input of the 424. So that's going to be a good one too. Got a lot of great videos coming up. Thank you so much, Jay, for
Yeah, definitely.
hitting the grindstone with me today. It
Definitely.
really helped out, and we got so much done, and we made a lot of cool preamp videos too. I'm really pumped for that. That Kickstarter is going to be dope once we get that live with all the videos.
I'm actually even more excited that on that mix of that song we did today, I got to use the Pioneer reverb,
Oh yeah.
the silver circuit bent one behind me that I showed you guys once before here. Use that as the main reverb in the whole track, so that plays with your head a little bit in speakers and in earbuds.
Yeah, it's really cool sounding. I saw a video that you think you'd be interested. I don't know if any of you guys watch Techmoan. It's a channel that does like all strange or weird formats of. It's a YouTube channel, and there was a video they had, the missing link hi-fi stereo gear.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, this is right up Jay's alley.
Yeah, that's my shit, man.
I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I put it in my save for later, so I'll link you to that. I think you'd really dig that channel. The guy's been doing it for a while, and he just always has like these weird format stuff that's like kind of rare or strange or vintage weird gear. So, and I don't know where he finds all this stuff, but it's
Probably
fascinating.
eBay.
Yeah,
Like the rest of us.
like stuff I've never even heard of. That I'm like, how did this thing exist? Like, how is this a format? It's amazing.
So Will says, out of interest, how close is the pedal to the actual 424 circuits? Well, the original basis of it definitely starts there. I'll give you that much. EQ wise, some of the values are different, some of the values are the same. I did change the value of the bass pot to broaden the sweep on that.
The gain too, right?
Yeah, the gain is different, definitely. But you know, the core of the thing is very similar. It's just built to give you more range. So it'll get more extreme than the TascFam will, but it'll also back further off than the TascFam will. So you could do totally clean with it, or you can do, blown out, crazy distortion, which is, I tend to, if I have something with knobs, it probably spends most of its time with its knobs at like 13, because I don't know any better.
Well, that was like today. Jay was playing the drums in the live room, and I was adjusting it, and I had it like way too hot, and Jay was listening back, like, dude, this is way... sounds awesome, but this is like, you gotta... I always wind up going a little bit too far. And
Me too, same deal.
Dial it back, so...
Same deal.
I gotta say, I think the TascFam is... I don't know, dare I say warmer than the 4-track? It's hard to, like... I don't know, I have to do some more comparisons, but there's something about it that just is even more musical, I think, than the TascFam Preamp, so... I hope that gives some kind of indication. I mean, once we get all the videos out, I think it'll be really easy to compare.
Yeah, especially once the mix is out in the world, you'll sort of get a feel for,
because that's what's going to be cool. It's going to be a video well, what we've explained before, but it's, every track, it's 4 tracks because we want to stick to 4. So we got a mono drum sound, bass sound, guitar, and vocal.
Technically, it's 5 tracks because I printed the reverb, but
Oh, okay. So we added some R to it, but
he said warmer than a 4-track blasphemy. Well, you know, you know.
I can't. I don't know. You know how it is when you try to describe audio in terms, it never quite adds up. So
Yeah,
all I know is it has a different flavor that feels a little bit smoother, if that makes sense. It's not as like, I feel like the 4-track fuzz is very.
It's sort of like it's grainy, the 4-track.
Yeah.
Like especially like my 414s when you really crank them, like it goes from round to like soda pop fizzle very quickly.
Yeah.
And the idea with this thing is that it doesn't do that.
It feel yeah, that's what I mean. Like it feels like sometimes
Both the XLR and quarter inputs warmer. Basically the same sound across the board. The transformer for the XLR in this version is still 1-to-1. It's strapped for the input impedance I was targeting for the microphone. But, the only thing you really get from it is I think there's a 1 dB insertion loss on that transformer. The final version will be a step up, like a 1-to-4. So we'll have a little bit of added gain there. And that transformer actually sounds really good in the prototype. I just didn't have the facilities to mount it without a PC board sort of in hand with its footprint. It's a weird footprint for that unit, so
you kind of use the parts that you had sitting around. So
well, I have lots of parts sitting around all the time. So it's just a matter of picking out what you want. And yeah, well, we got to drop it. Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like in terms of the one video I did, the cranking inputs video that I think Luca Velli suggested doing, I just think, I don't know, I want to say like the 4-track I always thought sounds great. It's like brittle, but it sounds great. And I feel like in comparison to the TascFam, it's retains some of that brittleness, but it's like a smoother, I don't know.
Well, I think it's capable, depending on where you set that bass control. It'll go more brittle and fizzier than the stock 414, 424 input setup.
Definitely has more range.
But you can also make it a ton punchier. That sounds weird coming out. You can make it a whole lot punchier than the stock preamp was capable of also, which was sort of the point of modifying the bass side of the circuit.
Yeah, it's like it's not quite. You took that as like a starting point, but then took it further and took your expertise and put it into it.
Yeah, and
it's not just like a straight up copy of it.
No.
And I think just maybe the parts are I don't know, it just lends itself to being a little bit smoother, warmer. Maybe we'll have to do some sort of literally do a video where it's here's the 414, here's the TascFam, here's what this sounds like, here's what this sounds like. I think that's what we're gonna have to.
Twin said, I think I may have asked before, was a little hat broed at the time, but will it have phantom power? No, there's no plan on putting phantom power inside of this one.
But
the second thing that I'm working on for our sort of product line, we'll definitely have an option for some sort of phantom. I'm not sure if it'll be a full 48 volts. I'm still working out what power supply I want to use for it. I'm thinking about a 40 volt adapter, which will power damn near anything anyway. Most condenser mics, electret, or the standard style, MXL FET head amp kind of deal, will run off of much lower voltages than a full 48. So I'm considering that as one of my possibilities. What I don't want to do is have to put a power supply inside the box just to keep the noise down and to make it sort of more adaptable to people's situations. I think it makes more sense to have an external power supply, but it'll be higher than 9 volts so that we can increase the headroom and also get you phantom power. So, would it be a hassle to add an impedance select? Reading about the art of people rave about the impedance selects, given a range, more tone on dynamic mics. Yeah, when you play with the cat face, when you play with the impedance on a dynamic mic, you can brighten up or darken or whatever. You can grossly affect the tone um, going into a transformer. There's an option that you could do either 1 to 1 or I think it's 1 to 4 on that transformer. It's either 1 to 4 or 1 to 3. Um, so that would be an input impedance of 600 ohms or 200. I think it's 200 ohms. Um, I hadn't planned on making that switchable just because the sort of 200 ohm line and that little bit of step up extra gain will be a nice thing for that box. But I guess if you got one, you could cut some of my traces and re-jumper things and try it out that way. I'm certainly not going to tell you that you can't. Once you buy it, it's yours. You can do whatever you want with it. Just don't hurt anybody. There are also ways to do. Is that still active?
Yeah, no, it's just like I'm just checking out the quality of it. It's like
It's grainy.
it's grainy as heck on here, man.
There are also different ways to effectively change the input impedance of something. So if you want to talk more about that, we could talk about that on the forum. There's a circuit I could show you that's super easy. It lets you strap the output of a mic, dynamic mic, and gives you variable impedance. It's really just a handful of parts, and you can stuff it in an enclosure or whatever. So, if you're into that idea, we certainly could approach that. But yeah, so I guess the short answer is no. I'm not planning on putting variable impedance. Whoa, sweet.
But great ideas. I mean, we're always like tossing stuff around, and obviously have other ideas. And Jay's got tons of ideas for stuff. So
I've made it a point now that when a new idea comes in or somebody asks me about something, I do what I can to lay out a circuit, and then I do the math on that circuit to make sure that at least the layout and the signal, the circuit path is going to work. And then I make a board. The board doesn't specify values. It just has placeholder names, so I know where the thing goes if I decide to have them made. So I have a whole cache of boards based on the things that we've been talking about on forums and whatever in the last few weeks. It's just easier, if enough people ask about, the Rhodes preamp thing, then now I have boards for that. So I just have to have a batch made, and I can either send you a board or I can get parts and build the thing and send you that.
So, can you tell us a little bit about the Rhodes preamp? Like what?
Well, my idea with the Rhodes preamp is that everybody likes the Rhodes organ through a Fender amp. Pro reverb or twin reverb is like the common. The Roland jazz choruses, people like that too sometimes, whatever. I like Fender preamps, and they're simple. They're easy to understand. The circuit topology is smooth. It works every time, and it's right out of the RCA receiving tube manual. So, you can't fuck with perfection. If it comes off the data sheet, then, somebody smarter than you designed that circuit. And I go with that. And if it was good enough for Leo Fender, it should be good enough for me. So, basically what I made a board for is a slightly tweaked Fender preamp out of take your pick, because they're all basically the same thing. And it runs into a low impedance buffer that drives an output transformer to a balanced 600 ohm load, so that you could hook it to a mic input on something, or a line input, but balanced.
And this was like something someone had asked you to build, right?
Yeah, I was talking to.
It's not anybody here, right?
I don't think he's in here. It's DBO from the forums.
Oh, right.
David. But yeah, so I cranked out a board for that. It uses Mallory 150, you know, some good ass coupling caps, my favorite ones, and it's built for
So it's to get
1 watt and half watt metal film resistors, all high quality parts.
So to get the right sound, like signal to go into the Fender amp, that's what it's for.
Well, what you really need between the Rhodes and wherever it's going, I mean, ideally you would have speakers and you would mic that. That's going to be the best sound. But the closest you can get to that is taking something that has the correct input impedance, which the Fender preamp does, has the right set of controls, so bass, mid, and treble, and a volume control and a bright switch, and all the standard Fender shit. And then you give it an output that'll work with modern recording stuff, so you don't lose all that tone that you just built in that preamp.
Right.
Having air on a source like that is always going to be better, but if you can't do that, then the next best thing is to do something like this, where it at least matches that impedance and you're not losing all the goodness of the sound like before it even hits an input someplace. It's getting lost in translation by that mismatch. So the preamp I've got laid out runs about a 3 mega ohm input impedance, and that's more than high enough for that Rhodes. And I think once I put that circuit together and test it, if I need to make adjustments to that, I will. But the boards are basically universal to that function.
So I guess that's my roundabout way of asking Jay that, like, if any of you guys know Rhodes piano users that need some kind of preamp, that this is a separate preamp than the TascFam, but Jay's building this for DBO, so I don't know. We're just figuring, like, people need custom pedals or stuff, like, hit Jay up. He's making this custom preamp, and we're gonna try to find, I guess, other Fender Rhodes users that may be interested in this preamp. So
yeah, we'll see.
And I don't want to inundate people.
I don't think I want to mass produce those anyway.
Yeah,
it was
sort
of like something I laid out just because David was asking about it, and I'm kind of curious to see how that goes, and it could be in the future a an awesome guitar preamp too. I mean, there's nothing saying that you couldn't plug just about anything into that you plug into a Fender.
I guess I figured it's a very niche type of preamp at this point, at least, because Rhodes, not many people have a Rhodes piano, I guess, or maybe there's, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things, very niche pedal or preamp for somebody. So
yeah.
I just figured if anybody knows any Rhodes users that, because I personally have never heard of what Dave was looking for.
Yeah.
But I'm also not a Fender Rhodes user, so.
Right. Well, the way I've got it laid out for that circuit, there are transformers right off the shelf at most tube supply kind of houses, tube amp supply houses. That'll work for that. So it's really easy. It pushes around 300 volts on the plates, which is, in line with what Fender was doing out to the preamp sections, give or take. It also is in line with what the Alembic preamps ran. They tended to go between 285 and 300, so
the stream looks good now.
Will wants to know, where did I learn all my electronics knowledge? Well, when I was a kid, so I'll give you a backstory. My grandfather worked for IBM. He was a hardware developer, and also a software developer, I guess, later on. My dad was also into electronics. He used to do a lot of like robotics kind of projects and things like that, using mostly gates and triggers and things. And when I was a kid, I used to play with like things that my dad made when he was in his teens, and little like color organ kind of things, and all kinds of noisemakers and weird shit. And I was always fascinated with that, but I was always taking things apart and breaking them and destroying everything I could possibly get my hands on. And then when I was in my teens, I started building guitar pedals for myself and my friends, and they were terrible looking things built in like plastic Radio Shack boxes with like, I couldn't afford
project boxes, right?
Yeah, I couldn't afford, not even the metal ones, the plastic back ones with the thin aluminum plate.
Yeah.
But I couldn't afford stomp switches because they were like $15 then. And all you could buy was Carling, which were, I think they were like $15.68. Sticks in my mind for some reason, because I was always like trying to get that money. But so they always had like toggle switches, so you had to put like a short cord from your amp into the box, and then from the box it went to your guitar, and if you wanted to shut it off, you just flip the switch. And that's where I think I've said before, maybe not on stream, I did when I think I was 14 or 15, I built a Vox treble booster clone that distorted like crazy, single transistor thing, and I loved it, so I made a schematic for it. And if you Google to this day the Vox treble booster schematic, you'll find that schematic with my fucking name on it, with the original version, and then it's either split screen side or below it will be my modified version. Yep, I forget what year that was even. I think it was that was some early internet type of shit. But
you've left your mark on Google.
Yeah, it still floats around. That's out awesome. There.
That's really cool. I never heard that.
So from there, I mean, I always tinkered with my own shit, and then I guess like 2008-ish, I really dug deep into like getting into tube amps and stuff like that, and then all hell broke loose, and it just became like my, all of my free time, and more than half of my life at this point is, building stuff or modifying stuff or fixing whatever.
Yeah, repairing stuff, and then
a lot of that, especially lately.
Studio stuff too. I know at Art Farm you were pretty much Dave's go-to guy, right? Like.
Yeah. Well, I also am the cheapest game in town, and he's my brother, so it's
right.
sort of,
yeah. But I mean, like, you have experience fixing, obviously, gear that's like in studios and going to studios to fix stuff. And,
The only thing I don't mess with is SMD componentry, which is surface mount devices, which are teeny tiny little, almost microscopic things. I have a workstation for it, but I refuse to do it. I got geared up and I said, yeah, I'll do this, and then I really got looking at it and the new tools I had acquired, and I said, nah, fuck that, man. I'm not gonna do it. That's laboratory technician type of shit. So through hole components, that's me.
John wants to know, Jeb, can you talk about the Bo Hansen DI?
Yeah, what do you want to know about the Bo Hansen DI?
I'm gonna grab, Jay, you need water?
Yeah, man, I'll take another one if you don't mind, thanks. I found the Bo Hansen DI actually because my brother was working for a guy in a studio, thank you, who somehow it ended up with a stack of boards from the UK for the Bo Hansen DI. I'm not sure who printed them. There used to be a guy called like Chef, I think, who made boards over there for all sorts of cool shit. And I think he might have made these boards as well. But so I got these boards from this guy by way of my brother, and they sat on a shelf for a long time, and then I actually did some research, and I realized that it's like, not only a really simple design, but also a really kick-ass active DI if you need utility tools. So yeah, I mean,
Cafes, I think you can actually. I think you need to be a
wrench,
a moderator. I think that is I don't know if I can do that.
You can't do it from here. You'd have to do it on there.
Have to do it on there. I don't know. I don't know.
Will it make me play like James Jamerson? I seriously doubt it, but you might be able to cop some of that tone.
Let me see if I can do it from there.
The Bo Hansen DI, if you build it with the right transistors and the right transformers and stuff, or transformer and stuff, is a really thick and fairly good sounding DI for, being a DI. No direct box in my mind really ever takes the place of an amplified instrument, but it's not always so easy. But yeah, I think if you guys knock out clones of those, you really like it. And also look at the transistors in there. If you're stateside, some of that stuff is not so easy to get. They use like a BC, I forget what it was, like a 245 or 248 or something. There are substitutes available here for pennies on the dollar that work just as well in that circuit. There's actually a guy online who swears by the 2N5088 transistor for everything, and I've done it. It works. It sounds pretty good.
I'm just trying to pull this back because I think in this room,
Whoa, where are we going?
I just want to see if we get better reception because I think out here we had a better.
We're adjusting for reception.
Yeah, sorry. Kathy says that they found your schematic on Pinterest of all places.
Yeah, it's all over the place, man. There used to be a site back in those days. Is there a date on that? It's probably like 95 or 6 or something like that.
Jeb says he has a Basement 6 with flat wounds. Maybe I could quit using VST plugins and just use that box into the cassette. Yeah.
Yeah, John, you could try it out. You know, with the I don't know what you're using for VST plugins, but if you're using like the SansAmp, I forget what that plugin is.
Last modified 09.
Yeah, that's probably when the graphic was translated to wherever that is. I think that there used to be a date on it. I think it was 95 or 6.
I just Googled image modified Vox Treble Boozer. It's the third image.
Yeah. Sound Toys bass amp. I don't know that one, but you know, I used to use this one that SansAmp put out. I forget what the hell it was called. Not SansAmp. Sorry, Ampeg. That made everything kind of sound like a greasy SVT. That one was cool for a while, but you know, try that Bo Hansen DI out, because I'll tell you what, like, if you build it and get it working correctly and you decide you don't like it, there's people out there who would definitely buy that. So don't even sweat it. Put it together right, get it sounding good, make it look nice.
I think doesn't Pro Tools come with a SansAmp plugin too? I don't know. It might be available.
Yeah, I think it's called something different, right?
Yeah, it might be a branded plugin or something different, but that may be a free download. I don't know. I don't have Pro Tools, or I've never really used Pro Tools, so.
Yeah, I'm not a Pro Tools guy either.
I know if you're looking for a good VST plugin, I know one of the guys that got me into SansAmp, T-Shat Blake, that's where I first heard of it, and he says he uses that plugin, the Pro Tools plugin on almost all of his mixes and everything in the mix, so that and the pedals, so I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of going off on a tangent, but check it out, Jeb, maybe that'll work, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. The thing I've been realizing, even with the Digitakt, is like that's completely outside of the box. Like, I don't know. I've been realizing a lot lately, especially since I've been doing the channel and 4-track recording more. I don't know. There's a certain creative element to working outside of the box that I just don't think you can replicate working digitally and tweaking things on a screen. I mean, yeah, things do sound great in the box sometimes, and there's some really good plugins out there, but I don't know, something about working with my synths, working in MIDI lately has been, and like what we did today with the track and working with the FAMP, you know, the TascFam. I don't know. There's just something about. I guess what I'm trying to say, Jeb, is I think you're onto something with your idea of using the Bassman 6 or the Bass 6 with some kind of pedal or the DI, and going straight to cassette. I think that the tangible, you know, visceral experience, I guess, of tactile experience of using something physical will be, I don't know, more fulfilling, more creative in the end. So I vote go for outside of the box using some sort of physical device.
I definitely think as far outside the box as you can get is usually a good thing, but you know.
Yeah. It's just funny because like with the thing with the Digitakt is that you can do all the stuff that you do on that in the box with loops and stuff, but there's just an element to using that's like I can sit down, and you can do this with the DAW too, but I sit down in front of the Digitakt and hook up the MIDI to the mini log and just go at it for 5 minutes. I have like almost the full idea that sounds great. I can tweak it, can feel myself like changing the parameters, hear the changes as I'm like, you know, twisting the knobs, and it's like there's something about that workflow that I don't know.
Well, it's the tactile fascination, man. It's,
yeah,
you know.
It's like that's what I kind of was getting at. I don't know if I put that video out yet, but it might be the one that's coming out tomorrow. Well, no, I think it's the one about why people like 4 tracks. I was talking about that. Like, the tactile experience. I think that's what you were saying too. Like anytime you're actually adjusting like a knob versus
even if it's a soft control,
like humans like evolved to use their
right.
hands and use tools, you know. So it's like
I have the fader port. Have you ever seen that?
I think I have, yeah.
It's a single motorized fader and a couple like soft set knobs and a bunch of like soft control buttons and shit. Like having that when you mix, even when you're working in the box, is like it's a different world, you know. Or if you work in a studio that's an in the box setup, a DAW setup, but has like a 24 channel control surface where you can touch faders and print automation without clicking and shit. There's something that's really like yes about this, you know. And then when you go one step,
feel like you're physically adjusting the audio. It's weird. It's like,
but you know, when you go one step further, like live sound, you know, everybody likes these digital boards, which are basically just big control surfaces. But when you go a step back from that to analog consoles for mixing sound, when there really are, 4,000 knobs on a giant, interface that, allow you to infinitely modify sounds, that's really something.
Yeah.
And that's the world I come from, and that's where I prefer to try to stay. But unfortunately, I've been overruled in the mass market. Right. Everybody wants. Right.
Well, it's a lot easier and a lot less of a learning curve when you can go right, and that's what's available to people today.
Yeah. But it's coming from analog and going into the digital world, especially early on, was like it's culture shock because the shit, it doesn't work the same way.
Yeah.
I like to know that I don't have to toggle through 45 pages of menus to get to my delay time. I like to just reach over to the rack and, crack that knob open if I want to chase a vocal up and make it swell or whatever.
It's a totally different experience.
They make it too difficult.
Yeah, I don't think either one of us are knocking in the box recording.
No, I mean,
I just think just like the physical nature of, I don't know, analog stuff and being able to tweak stuff in real life, IRL.
Well, I do think that it all depends on what your purposes are and what your workflow is. If you're trying to knock out good sounding stuff quick and you're on somebody's clock getting paid to do that, then, the box is not a bad choice, unless you're really fast with, tape. I can't see how you would necessarily do anything that was, a sort of high production on, and I don't mean in terms of quality, I mean in terms of how much you can get done in a short period of time.
Well, I think that's also getting into the territory of, it comes down to musicianship.
Well, big time. Yeah, but, it's not...
And not fixing stuff like, so many people have the approach where it's like, we'll fix it later.
But unfortunately, like, there are a lot of people you will record in a studio environment who are not capable of performing it any better than the best takes that you get out of them, even if those takes aren't great. So, if you had, let's say, reel-to-reel or cassette, multi-track, I feel like you lose a little bit of that maneuverability. And I'm not, I don't mean to say that, like, having that ability to manipulate things in space and time in the box is a good thing. I think people should really learn to fucking play their instruments the way that they intend it. But
that's like the crutch of in the box.
Yeah, but you also, like, you have a paying client. That client is paying for you to give them
what they want,
the best thing possible, even if they can't really give you the best takes possible. So
that's always an awkward conversation, right?
It's a conversation you, as an engineer, you really don't have. I mean, you have to assess each person as the passes are happening, and you have to try to understand how their personality works and how far into that you really can go. Because some people will literally have breakdowns about bad takes. Like, I've had guys like cry in the studio, like grown ass men, because they were having trouble with guitar leads or whatever. It's just, so.
Yeah, you can't just be like, look, go home and practice, because a lot of times it's
they're on the clock.
People's schedules line up.
Yeah, and the label's looking, or the mastering guy's looking for it, next Wednesday or whatever. So, if I'm in the studio with you on Saturday and your passes fucking suck, and you know we're getting the best we can, but it still kind of sucks. Then when you leave, I might do some tweaking and tightening up and slide some things in on my own that you don't know about, and what you get in the end will hopefully sound as good or better than you expected it would, even though at the end of the day you might still suck. That's just how the game's played. But having the DAW with its infinite track counts and all that time stretch shit really helps a lot if you're trying to work on projects like that.
Yeah.
If I myself was working on just my own shit by myself, not even a band, just me, I would do it either with a 4-track or with an ADAT.
Yeah. Well, see, and I think that's what I was...
Given the time.
Yeah. Because it's like, and I think that's the difference between somebody who wants to work more in an analog realm versus somebody who wants... Or a difference, let's say. Not the difference, but it's a difference between... Because I can see the mentality as soon as you said that, like, you know, being able to go reach over and tweak a knob. Like, some people don't want to be able to do that.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't want to be able to do that. That makes, you know...
Because I think it comes down to that difference of some people just want to be able to perfect something in the box, and other people want to be able to perfect it outside of the box before you get into the box.
Analog realm.
Or if you don't even go into the box, you know. I mean, that's the idea of the physical. That's the idea of the 4-track is no computer, completely outside the box. You know, like Jeb's saying, not using a VST plugin, using something physical.
Totally.
So. That's interesting. I never considered that. This is a really good thought. I like that. Thanks, Jeb. Yeah, what do we got? We kind of been in. Yeah, where is DBO Exodus? Something else is here, dropped off the face of the planet. I have not seen them. And Joel, he's probably sleeping. Joel's a teacher in the UK, so he's probably got lessons plans that he has to figure out. So I don't blame him.
John, with vocal comps, man. If an artist has it and they're on for that day, we might run the pass end to end and, you know, keep that and then do a second pass of either harmonies or, you know, accents or whatever they feel like they need to do. More often than not, I will do a 3-track comp. That'll be 3 independent passes of the song, and we'll go phrase by phrase if we have to, and pick the best phrases, and then we'll blend all that together and bounce it into a single track. And I do the same thing with harmonies, you know. And actually, harmonies, I tend to try to build doubles if I can. So if there are 2 harmony passes out of the 3 that sound really good, I'll you know, hard pan them and blow them out with reverb and try to build it up out of that. But I do a lot of comp, definitely.
Where's Timmy Boy? I don't know. Timmy Boy's been pretty busy with school lately, but I want to get him on the Coffee with Mike again soon. Yeah, it would be cool if we lived closer so we could record together. That would be awesome. You know, I mean, that's something we could talk about in the future, is some sort of 4-track fest / recording meetup fest or something. I don't know. We're talking about, and this is another thing in the future, in the fall, we were talking about today, going out to Chicago.
Maybe.
For potentially for, I think it's called Knob Con, which is like a synthesizer drum machine fest. So at some point we might be doing a trip out to Chicago if any of you guys are out that way or on the way or, you know, want to go to KnobCon, you know, we can chat. So there's going to be some road tripping going on at some point in the future. So
eventually,
when things make sense for that to happen. So yeah, that's in the fall. So who knows, you know, but it's a little ways away. But the road tripping idea and getting together on the road and doing stuff is certainly a possibility. So keep that in mind in the future. And if any of you guys, like I said, are on the way on that or out there, I think Jake from Flesh and Bones Records might you know, hang out with us or give us a place to crash. So that'll be cool.
I'm gonna step out for just a second.
Yeah, sure, dude.
Don't go anywhere.
Oh man, this is solo. This is like TascFam Tuesday. What am I gonna do? I think Elvis is deep into a track. I tried to help him with a loop last night. Yeah, that's right. Exodus. I think Jeremy sent me that track this morning, and I banged it out really quickly before I had to go. So I think I got the loop for him how he was hoping it to be. So he's probably knee deep in recording. You're right, Jeb. So we forgive him for not coming out. Spontaneous rant, Mike. Go. Give me a topic. Give me a topic, and I'll do a quick little rant. We're doing a spontaneous rant. Jay's back.
Spontaneous rant, huh?
All right.
Don't tell me twice.
Live shows, play them or not. I've been in this weird phase right now where I don't know. We were talking yesterday about, because Jay's been playing drums with me, and we were playing some shows last year in Be Cool Cowboy, and I had a run-in, or not a run-in, but just a messed up experience with that local guy, and
Yeah.
I don't know, I just kind of put a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm just like, live shows, and I'm going to make a rant about this soon, but...
Hey, I actually have videos on the computer here of those live shows if you want to,
yeah, that's right.
slide the phone in and excerpt them.
You're good. Yeah, you can.
Totally
I have
could.
on my drive.
I got them right here.
But, like, in terms of live stuff, like, I don't know where I stand on it right now. And I was trying to get you guys to, like, what's your take on live shows? Are you guys playing live shows? Are you against playing live shows? Do you like being a completely online type of musician? Like, right now I'm at a place where I'm just like, fuck playing live.
Can I be honest about something?
Yeah, man.
I love playing live shows. I hate watching them.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
I'm like that guy too. I think it just happens as you get older.
Well, I don't like fucking wasted people talking to me, and there's always...
Jay and I are both sober Sallies, so...
There's always lots of people that already know me who are generally grossly wasted when I see them at the few shows that I do go to, and it's not really a pleasant thing. I don't enjoy that experience. I like to talk to people who are intellectually at least conscious.
And the other thing was the last show that I got booked, we were supposed to open, and then it got changed to us playing last. The original show was supposed to be 3 or 4 bands, and then a night or two before the show, it becomes this 8-band bill, and the guy wants us to close out the night. And I was like, dude, I'm not playing at 3 a.m. in your basement, and you can't expect me to show up at 8 o'clock. Like, I don't even want to listen to, like, 8 albums that I really enjoy in a row. What makes you think I'm going to want to sit through 7 bands that I don't know at all, when I don't even listen to, like, 3 albums in a row that I really like? So it's like 2, 3-band bills of, like, bands that are your bros, like when Surmiser and Be Cool Cowboy plays, and we have another friend's band play. Like that show we did at the pizza place. It was with us, you, and you guys, and Francis Dean. It was like just a bunch of bros hanging out, a bunch of people hanging out that all like playing a show together, and more of just like us hanging out, showing each other our music.
Here's that video.
That's awesome. I don't mind doing that, but yeah, we got that video of us playing. But like, I don't know. I just can't do it. I can't do the live shows anymore like that. And I'm just so over it. But I feel like I want to play live shows, but at the same time I don't really have any interest in doing it right now. So yeah, we got some audio of us playing in the background, which is pretty cool. That's a good video, man. Let me see if we got any questions real quick. We could set up a show in Baltimore if you were down. All right, that sounds awesome. Let's do it.
That means we're actually gonna have to practice.
That's kind of on the way to Chicago, right?
No. Well, I don't know. I guess
crowds equal distraction. I will help out anyone who asks. That's what this community is for. I'll reach out to Jeremy. I think he's anxious but eager to. Yeah, that's the vibe I get from Exodus too. Yo, Antioch, Lucavelli, what's going on? Yeah, Jeremy does have good stuff. I think Jeremy just gets caught up in perfection a little bit from the interactions I've had with him through email. I think he's got to just get himself out there. I agree with you guys, John and Matt. Like that's totally, I feel like, what's going on. But yeah, we'll chat. Thank you so much, Strawberry Sleepover. And thank you so much for using both of your accounts. But
oh, there's that little wiser.
It's going good, Lucavelli. How you doing? Thanks for coming out, catching the stream. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, John. It's like 80% is always good enough, and that stuff is way greater than 80%. It's like we need to just give Jeremy a push, a gentle push in the right direction, fam. Watching a live video from the show. definitely gonna have to practice. No, yeah, see, thanks, John. Said he's digging the looseness. See, that's something I want to use the TascFam Preamp for too. Is like when we play live like that, Jay. I want to be able to run the vocal through the preamp to give it a little bit of edge to it. That's
Yeah,
actually one of the biggest things I wanted to start using that for. But you know, but that's the thing. It comes down. I think did we use my PA that night or yours?
That was a split.
Okay.
That was
I think that's the key when you want to. It's like
I think I had a Behringer like 16 channel board, and I think we used your monitor as a main and my monitor as a main.
Yeah, that's right.
And one was slightly cocked towards you
Those
or me.
type of live shows, I really dig when it's like.
Yeah, well, it's gorilla as
when
fuck, man.
and it's
That's
the
the
fam.
fun shit.
It's like people you know, and it's fun to watch your friends and hang out with your friends. But like some of these shows, man, I don't know. I hate to be such a negative Nancy about this, but it's like I don't know. I just like I said, I don't want to sit through 7 bands that I don't even know unless it's like I don't know. Is that a dick thing to say? I don't know.
Well, you know,
I don't have the time to do that anymore, and I had It was like a Friday night, and I had work the next day. And it was like the guy wants me to play at 3 a.m. Close out the show.
I'm fucking old. I'm not playing shit at 3 a.m.
I can't play a show at 3 a.m. Especially
I'm
when you
tired
ask
by
me
like
to open the
10:30.
show at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what do you want me to do? So it was just like, then we got banned from that guy's house because he's a baby, and that's pretty much what happened. So
It's all right.
it doesn't really matter.
My drums would have been too loud for his little house anyway.
I really don't care. The show would have probably gotten shut down. There's so many shows at that place too, and like half of them were getting shut down.
Do they?
It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really care. Honestly, it's like.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you though, like playing at that DIY space we played at was super
sick.
fucking
That
fun
was
too.
Sick.
And the
Well, see,
videos
that's
from
the
that
thing.
are really good too.
Yeah. Oh, you have video from that?
I sent them to you, didn't I?
No.
I could have swore I Google Drive those to you. I absolutely have video of that.
Maybe you did. I don't know. I don't remember getting that.
They're cell phone videos, definitely.
I don't know. I feel like I'm coming off like a negative dickhead right now. I don't want to be that person.
No, man, it's all good. Just This kid says, "How young are you?" Yeah, I'm only 35, man. Just feels a lot longer than 35 years sometimes.
See, Twin. That's the thing too. Like he's saying, slurred words played a real lame show where we drove out to New Jersey only for it to be moved to a church and mega church. It's like, unless there was
The 3-5 Club.
The 3-5 Club. It's like, I just feel like the good shows when you get a good show, it's like the best thing in the world. But I don't know. Lately, it feels like only 25% of the shows we were booking were really awesome, and the other 75% were like I would rather, I don't know, be hanging out at the Bohemisphere. I would rather be making videos for people who are into similar interests as me. Recording my own stuff. It's just like my priorities have changed. Like I don't want to be out all night playing shows with bands that are fly by night and here one day and gone the next. And the scene is just very disjointed here, and bands spring up and bands go, and I don't know, man. Just so many negative peeps out there. It just spills over into my day to day. But we gotta just dude, I don't know if I ever got those.
Really?
Yeah. We gotta upload those, man.
This show is super fucking fun.
That
too.
show is great, yeah.
I'm looking for the Little Wiser video. That's like the key to all this, always.
I think it's like, I guess we gotta just play the shows that are worth playing. I don't know. I would like to do a whole rant on live shows. I'm gonna have to because that's what this is turning into. But
Well, I mean,
I feel like this is really yeah.
Hollandaise. Shit.
Yeah, that sounds ideal, John. That's awesome, Matt. That you guys have a great music scene there. Yeah, that's awesome, Twin. That's the thing here too. Is like in terms of two grunge rock, indie rock bands that kind of fit together. That's kind of how Jay and I met.
This was a solid pass of this song.
Dude, we were killed at that show. That was a super. Did I use or did I use?
That was the super, yeah.
I mean, I love the Sovtech, man. That thing cranks. I was thinking about just selling all my amps and
just using my fucking sound.
Just using J's.
Thanks, man. Thanks a lot for that. I don't mind.
I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. I really like that place, man. I gotta play there again.
That was the night I taught a bunch of hippies that you could start a fire with sugar.
I remember that. Bill Jim said, what you should do is be a cover band that only plays gigs around Woodstock.
No. I've done a lot of things musically, but man, like playing in cover bands is probably the least fun I've ever had playing shows. Although that's how you
I've never done that before. Yeah. Well, another thing that's interesting is Twin was saying we've only lately played out a few select bands. We're trying to get a little psych rock. I think that's what you got to do, and that's kind of what we started realizing toward the end of BCC Live was these shows where we're playing with like a community of people that are like cool and fun to hang out with are awesome. Like the scene, starting a scene, but I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's me or other people, but that's the thing. Like some places there is a really good vibe, and you got to kind of find those local scene places and just hit those. Like I don't know. I think there's just a glut of bands, and I don't know, people that just want you to listen to their band in this area. I guess that's a lot of people, and don't really give a shit about what you're doing. And I don't know. Am I just sounding like a negative prick right now?
I feel like you're right about that. Most people will like humor you through like playback of your most recent tracks just so that they can play you their shit.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know.
It's
I guess
so vapid. It's like I just don't. It's like
guilty of that sometimes, but it's you know, it's not ideal, man. It's around here is not a supportive community per se. It's kind of.
I mean, that's why we're kind of doing our own thing, you know. It's like. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like our scene here is basically Jay's band and my band, and Jay's in both of those bands. So.
Well, and then like bands like
Francis Dean, those guys are chill.
Yeah, which Francis Dean, like the drummer in Surmiser plays guitar also in Francis Dean, so there's that tie-in.
And it's like, how many shows can we really play together each year? It's like maybe two.
Well, I mean, we could probably like go on the road and play a whole bunch.
Yeah.
But
it's the same issue to going on the road. Then it's just like, you know, we can play to an empty room in our hometown. Why would we go on the road to play?
Well, on the road though, even if you play to like an empty room, at least the bartender will be impressed that you drove from New York to do it. Oh,
that's true. Yeah.
So that's the whole thing.
Well, but, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't.
John, are you in Asheville?
Sound like a jaded prick, but 86 Olympics and Low Noom are great local acts. All right, let's check those out, man. Oh, a band cover band.
Yeah, a band cover band.
That's a great. I like that idea. I didn't catch that the first time around, Bill Jim.
That's right, Raleigh. All right, I forgot. Sorry, I knew you were in Carolina.
TascFest would be cool.
A friend of mine's son just opened a bar in Asheville. Actually, that's why I was just wondering. But, I forgot what it's called anyway, so I guess that makes it a bit irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like doing some kind of a 424 recording tour with all y'all would be so much fun. You know?
How would that work? Do we just like go to their houses and like We basically do this, but without the live stream, or with the live stream.
We could just do like a tour where we just
Holy
go
shit.
and live stream at your guys.
It'll just be me and you
and Twin, just live
and
stream.
me and whoever else is with us getting hat broed or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, you know.
And just live streaming. That could be fun.
Oh, man.
See, that seems like it would be fun. But, you know.
Right. Cary, yeah. Yes, sir. Actually, if you ever go to Cary, my grandparents lived on Ryan Road. So that would be my old stomping ground. Last time I was past that house, actually, it was painted like banana yellow. So, yeah.
Yeah, that would be the jam, guys. I think maybe fall time we'll talk about doing something like that when we hit the road to Chicago for that Knob Fest if Jay comes, NobCon.
So let me ask you.
Work on something like that.
Well, let's put it to the fam though. Like
All
if
right.
let's say we were to do something where we ended up at each person's place, whatever we could reach as far as our range is concerned.
Because we have some family in Carolinas, so we could definitely crash there, make a trip. I definitely want to go to Asheville. It'd be fun to do some stuff at Moog.
Yeah.
And I have family in that area, or like my sister-in-law, so
yeah.
we could definitely crash. It would just be fun to crash with them for a night. It'd be fun to hit you guys up that are in the Durham-Raleigh area. Play a show down there or something.
Yeah, but the question would be like, if we came to your town, what would you want to do with us? Do you want to play music? I don't mean that in like some it rubs the lotion on its skin kind of way. I mean like would we meet at a cafe and we just have coffee and talk?
Yeah, I guess what would
recording,
that look like?
Or would you guys be interested in hands-on, like, hey, let's knuckle down and do this fucking session in your bedroom or whatever?
Yeah,
or
bring a 4-track,
I mean, so
that could be a lot of fun.
like, let's see. I think it'd be fucking awesome to hang out in person. But I'd be curious to see what you guys all think about that prospect. Yeah.
Yeah, because the Chicago trip would be sick. I know there's a band that's been reaching out to me from Pittsburgh, so like it'd be so easy to just be like, "Yo, dude, we're rolling out to Chicago. Can we either hang with you?" I kind of want
you sort of got to go like this to get there if you go to Pittsburgh.
It's kind of on the way or not really?
Yeah, I mean it sort of is, but it's like 8 hours to Pittsburgh or something. 6 hours.
6 hours, yeah. It's like halfway, right?
Yeah, but then you got like an extra bit of northward, so you're probably talking like a 11 or 12 instead of a 9 to 11 drive.
I guess we'd have to do the Google Maps, but I mean, hey, I've always wanted to go to Pittsburgh. I don't know what it is about it, but I've always wanted to go to the Andy Warhol Museum because that's where all that stuff is, and it seems like a cool city. I don't know, I've never been there, but I'd like to check it out.
I have been there. I don't really remember a lot about it. But.
Yeah, I just feel like it would be. For some reason, I have an irrational desire to go to Pittsburgh. So,
that's a weird statement.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna go.
Do you have the other charger?
We're gonna go to Chi-Town.
The white part.
The white part. Oh, I put it in my the front pocket of my bag.
All right, stepping out.
Sorry, dude.
It's okay.
So I don't know. I think we're gonna be trying at least at a minimum we're gonna be heading out to Chicago for NobCon. So. I don't know if it makes sense to hit any y'all up on the way out. Let's do it. But obviously, it's a ways away, so we're just chatting about it. I always wanted to. I've never been to NAMM, so I was thinking about doing some kind of trip to that. But then I was talking to Noir at Blanc V on Instagram a little bit, and he was saying that a lot of the companies are pulling out. The synth companies and stuff are pulling out of NAMM, or they're not really doing too much stuff there. So. That's kind of what I'm into at the moment is synth and drum machine stuff. So he said that NobCon was like the new place to really get hands on with the synth stuff. So I think that would be a really fun trip. And I think it's in September. So at some point in September, I think Jay and I, if the stars align, we will be hitting the road.
And by stars, you mean money.
Yeah, if the money works.
The money aligns.
We could definitely take my car, so that would work.
Do you know where you put that plug in? What bag?
Yeah, it's in the front pouch of my guitar bag.
Oh.
Just stick your hand in there.
Yeah, that's what she said.
That's what she said. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a prospect, and we figured we'd just throw it out there if you want to brainstorm on it.
Oh, my God.
Let's see what we got coming in. Pittsburgh is great. Andrew. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about it. I've never been there. It's like one of the only places I think in the U.S. I've never really been to because it's in such a weird location.
Can you get like cheesesteaks there too?
I'm sure it's like a Pennsylvania thing. Yeah.
Pennsylvania cheesesteaks.
I kind of want to like go to a
supposed
Pirates
be a
game,
thing,
even though I don't really like or watch baseball. I think it would be fun to just go. I want to go to the Andy Warhol Museum and I don't know, play a show or do something, or not even just hang out, check it out, check out the Steel City. I think that's what it's called, right? And
Yeah.
and also I thought it would be like a midway point from New York to Chi-town. So
I mean, I could pull up a map and we could.
yeah, I just figured like something like that. I think it's just something that's on the docket or whatever for what we're
Yeah.
thinking about doing. So who know, if it happens, it happens. But the Chi-town trip is definitely going down in September if the stars align. So if any of you guys are near that area, or it makes sense for us to swing in a different area,
John,
let's do it.
in Nashville by the convention center, there's a strip of bars and restaurants and stuff. There's a vintage guitar store on that street. I forget what it's called, but it's got some of the most badass vintage instruments and amplifiers I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's been there forever. It still is, as far as I know. I would highly recommend swinging by and checking that out. They have like the secret room that they have to like check your credit line to go into and stuff. That's where like the Dumble shit lives. But
What?
Dumble?
What is that?
You never heard of Dumble amps?
No.
Oh man, Dumble amps are what happens when a crazy guy with semi-proprietary circuitry creates combo amps.
They're super expensive.
He only sells to people who are in major label signed, like Eric Clapton kind of dudes.
Whoa.
And his amps start like in the 20 grand neighborhood.
Wow.
And to get one used is usually that or significantly more.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
That is some niche product marketing there. Oh,
I
cool.
think-
Some of you guys are from the Pittsburgh area.
you know,
Oh, Andrew's home.
Carter's-
That's crazy.
Carter's sounds right,
Good to
man.
hear, man.
Like I said, there's a convention center there. I forget what the hell that was even called, but you can't miss it. Then that store is right on that street, like sort of at the bottom of the little hill before the convention center. I wish I could remember the restaurant we ate at right in that block too. There's all kinds of really good stuff there, but yeah.
Yeah, I want to check out the art stuff out there. I'm a Warhol fan, of course, so I think it would be cool to peep that out. And I don't know, it seems like a fun trip. So if we're out that way, we'll hit you all up and see what makes sense.
So
Schizo says, I just want to meet some friends without the pressure of recording session plans.
yeah, well, I don't think we would have to necessarily make plans. I was just curious, like what everybody would want to try to do if we were to end up where you are.
If that even made sense, you know, unless we're just a couple of creeps like live stream.
Yeah, well, I mean,
no, we were, you know, at some point we were thinking about hitting the road, doing something for the like a festival or not, or even like a 4-track fest at some point down the line.
maybe.
But you know, we're just trying to get an idea of a barometer for what the interest in doing something like that would be.
Yeah, and what you guys would want to take from it, I guess would be more accurate. Like,
Yeah.
do you just want to do like a hangout, get coffee, or would you be looking to do, you know, session kind of work?
I like the no pressure sitch, but it would also be cool to make some kind of like recording documentary.
Well, I personally thought it could be cool to pack up a very light bit of supplementary kit to bring with us, and you know, assume that we actually make it out of here one day to do that.
Yeah, I mean, this is all big talk,
hypothetical.
and who knows if
Hypothetical,
we'll ever.
But you know, like if we had, you know, a small mic cache with us and like, you know, some cordage and shit like that to like be able to drop in and just do stuff.
Yeah,
You
and
know.
it'd be cool to just like show up, record a song with some of y'all, and have some kind of like, I don't know,
Eat some
EP
cookies
or something. Yeah, eat some cookies.
Yeah, I'm down for cookies.
Record a track, hang out, and I don't know, like see the local scene, see the local eateries or whatever. I don't know. We're just kind of spitballing some ideas.
Yeah.
And I just really want to try to do more stuff.
I think we should call it EPs Across America.
That would be cool. Yeah.
And there it is.
So at some point, you know, we'll probably do some kind of 4-track city tour or just 424 road trip. So just throwing it out there, seeing what y'all think, and of course, if we do hit the road, you guys.
Black Moth Super Rainbow, cool local Pittsburgh band.
Oh yeah, they're awesome.
Interesting.
I didn't know they were from Pittsburgh. That's awesome. Yeah, that's the guy from Tobacco, I think. I think this front man has another band, right? I think that's like his solo project. Yeah, it's raining, man.
Shit. All right.
Hopefully it doesn't turn to snow. It's supposed to. Jumbo!
Yo. So yeah, I mean, I think it would really be awesome to be able to put some, faces and some hang time with the, with the names, with the screen names and the online personas for sure. And,
but too, it's like, if you're that makes you uncomfortable, that's cool too. Like,
I mean, I'll warn you ahead of time. I'm kind of a weirdo. I say inappropriate things sometimes.
We gotta be pretty weird if we're like hanging out.
I mean, we all seem to get along fine as it is. Yeah. And I kind of feel like on the streams, like the more I stream with you, the less filtered I become. So.
Oh snap! Twin just threw us a 5 for the road trip fund.
Shit.
Thanks, Twin. We'll definitely be putting that toward the gas tank when we hit the road. I think that's a sign, Jay. I think
you're gonna have to put
we kind of have to make this.
I think you got to make a step on the Patreon, like the I want you to come chill at my house.
Oh yeah, you can do that, right? Man. Yeah, let's do it. Maybe we could do on the Kickstarter for the pedals.
My Patreon has that already.
Oh,
I have no followers because I have no channel, but I have a Patreon.
You got to get that going, but
someday.
The Kickstarter. Maybe we should do a Kickstarter where it's like we'll hand deliver your TascFam.
Yo, that would be some shit.
There we go.
You gotta have like top level support for that. Yeah. Plane tickets are not cheap.
Twin reaches deep into the Hapro fund and raises the stakes.
Oh man.
Twin, thank you so much. Isn't
awesome,
that your
man.
second super chat for the night? You are just like just making it rain dollar bills on 424 recording tonight.
I ain't taking my clothes off.
I can't believe that it's actually working though, because YouTube
I don't understand the demonetizing thing.
I don't get it either, man.
I already on battery with that, by the way.
75.
All right, cool.
Because YouTube said,
they said they were taking it away, right?
And they took away all the monetization from the videos, so it's really bizarre. I don't know. I think YouTube kind of they're not really sure what's going on with the plug here, so.
Andy Warhol Museum help.
Nice, dude. Andrew. That's awesome. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you. Yeah, heck yeah. That'll put that right toward getting into the museum. Yo, straight cookie money. Yo, that's making it rain cookies. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much, Andrew. Appreciate you, Twin. Thank you so much. And Matt, right? Earlier.
Hey, is there a way on
the cafes? Thank you so much.
Is there a way on the
£2? That's
$4.50.
Oh no, is that right? No? Is that pounds or is it? Are you in Northern Ireland cafes? If you're still here, because I know part of Ireland is on the sterling and the other part is
euros.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
I don't know my symbols. That's €2.
Terrible. I'm terrible at money.
Awesome, €2. Thank you guys. End cafes. Thank you so much.
Twin making it rain. Is there a way on the forum to like create a map so that we could see like where everybody is, like a world map with stars?
There might be. Yeah, we could do like a.
Some of you guys are really good with Photoshop and shit, so maybe we could figure out a way to do that.
We could do like a thread where on the forum or a board on the forum where it's like.
I'd just like to see it like a map with like just the
pinpoints.
Yeah, something like that, so that we could see.
We could do something where it's like there's a board and people just do like what's your location or something, and then we could make like a TascFam family map or. Well, one thing that's going to be even happening with is the cassette chain project because. We're sending this cassette chain. We're sending the cassette around, so we'll know where everybody's at approximately.
Sure. I just thought it'd be cool, like if anybody else wants to try to run a loop around and meet.
Yeah.
If you're coming through here, you could always catch us.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
If we all sort of know each other's almost general locations anyway.
Going in like Hudson Valley region, so we know all the haunts. So, yeah, that's something we definitely should have put out there too. It's like if you guys are on tour or want to come through here, hit us up.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I don't know accommodations wise what could happen, but I'm sure we could figure out something.
Yeah. Right.
You could sleep
Yeah.
in the studio. It's
Yeah.
warm in here. Or cool in here, depending on which season.
And that could be cool too, because it could be like a hangout.
Yeah.
Just show them around the Bohemisphere.
Short trip, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's a cool place to hang because we can just we can make noise here and it's all gravy. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. I know because we know the haunts. We know all the haunts around here. So. What else? What else? But yeah, thank you, TascFam. Thanks for making it rain tonight. It was just raining out here, and then
Yeah.
it starts raining. It
For
starts
real.
raining ducats up here. So, Jay, so what are you burning right now? Tell the fam what's up.
This is Palo Santo Holywood, whatever, natural incense, basically like chunked off pieces of logs, but it smells good and it kind of helps you like mentally center.
Yeah, it's really relaxing. It just puts me in like a really relaxed state.
This is a particularly large nugget of it, so it's kind of takes a while to light, but kind of smells like church, I'm told.
Yeah, it does. It does smell like that. Like
I haven't been to a church in a very long time, so
when I was younger and attending church, it definitely smells like like around like Christmas they would walk around with that like pot that kind of like goes back and forth and it spits out smoke. That's kind of what it smells like. But it smells. I like this too. It's like a little bit.
It's relaxing.
Yeah, it's very relaxing. So.
As long as you don't burn too much. If you sit in too big a cloud of this for too long, it'll make you choke and then makes your eyes burn.
Yeah, it's good for just like exactly what it does. You let it the wood and just let it chill. But now it's gonna get like it's gonna get cloudy in here.
I don't know if you can see it on the stream. I'm not sure if it'll.
Yeah, we could have a strawberry sleepover, twin. That would be fun.
Yo, what's up with this strawberry?
That's his band.
Oh, I see. Okay.
He's doing like the
Working it in.
like the but strawberry sleepover. I believe Twin is using double accounts to help out the watch time. So thank you so much.
Nice, man.
So
Damn, I wish you could see that on camera.
I feel like
The haze is fucking.
it's
balling.
coming. You can see it through you there, man. Look.
Kinda, yeah. Just take a picture of that.
Yeah, we got. Oh yeah, look, you can see it over here coming through. We got some ghost smoke coming through. So yeah, see, he's like getting you them extra views, fam, in stereo. Strawberry sleepover in stereo.
You can kind of see the haze hanging in the lights.
Thanks, Twin. Appreciate you. Strawberry sleepover would be dope. Like a legit strawberry sleepover, you know. Strawberry cake and.
Dude, strawberry cake? Like shortcake? Like
Yeah.
like white cake with strawberries and shit in it?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm there.
Like, yeah.
Get it with that custard layer.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, I'm about that. Definitely.
Yeah, so guys, thank you so much for the road trip donations, super chat donations. That's amazing. We're gonna start a fund for that trip, and we're gonna make it happen.
Same here, man.
Fall time. We're gonna make it happen. Oh man, you're making me hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to get another pizza. What do you think?
I want to get like a 5-gallon bucket size angel food cake and just like cut half of it off and have that. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Like, that's an angel food cake.
That sounds good, man.
Yeah. So
we got the smoke layer coming through. So, yo, John, throwing us some gas money. Task Twin gas money, crazy circuit board inventory cheddar. Thanks, John. Man, we almost got a tank of gas in Pittsburgh, man. This is happening.
What kind of gas mileage you getting at?
I get like 30, 40.
Yeah,
it's good.
One tank.
I get some good gas mileage.
We're saving up.
Yeah.
Saving up for gas to Pittsburgh.
This is gonna be dope. We're gonna have gas Pittsburgh, and then depending on
money for the Andy
Warhol Museum. Yeah. So, at a minimum, we're gonna be able to get to Pittsburgh, and that's awesome. Thank you, Jeb. Thank you so much, Jeb. Appreciate you.
You said for crazy circuit board inventory cheddar also.
Taco Bell's calling my name. Damn, Mike, do you drive a hybrid? No, it's a Sentra, Nissan Sentra. And I like just straight driving on like the throughway here, and just clicking it in. I let it cruise control like 65, 70. It gets like amazing gas mileage. So
I go 700 miles an hour
yeah,
everywhere. My
yeah.
gas
Once you
mileage
hit
sucks.
there's a certain speed that if you stay in that cruise control and you're not hitting a lot of hills, you can get some really sick gas mileage. So
I know I used to play with it with the tour vans
yeah,
with the trailer on and shit.
exactly. But once you get past like 70, once you get up to 80, it's like your gas mileage drops like a rock. But yeah, so the Sentra, I think it'll make it. It's got the check engine light, but we'll do it.
I'll bring tools.
Fuck it.
But yeah, that crazy circuit board inventory, Cheddar. Like, if there's circuits that you guys think you would want to try to DIY too, we might be able to do like I could put a board together and we could maybe do like a group buy kind of deal on it and, hook something up if you're at all interested in things like that. Like, I'm open to pretty much whatever. I mean, I think this shit's fun and I like to see people trying to create and experiment with things.
Yeah.
So.
And that's honestly like, I mean, I don't mean to talk you up. I don't mean to talk Jay up. I know he's my friend, but like, I've reached out. I'm not going to say names of companies that I've reached out to, but I've reached out to a prominent company about building pedals at one point when I was a little younger and more naive. And their response to me wanting to build something a little bit different, a little bit of a mod, they were like, "We can't do it. There's no way."
Did it start with a J and end with an S?
No, it did not.
Okay.
It did not. But it was more of a company. I don't want to.
Yeah.
But it was like a company that I thought, yeah, they would be able to do that and do it for, I wasn't asking anything that crazy. I had a specific thing in mind. They were like, no way, no way. And then the thing that I was expecting Jay to be like, with that Rhodes preamp, like, I don't know, man, like this, and then that night Jay had already posted like a schematic of, okay, yeah, here's how you build it. I got this board going for it. It's like, if you want something done, you'll talk to Jay, pedal wise, because you can reach out to these companies and they will tell you it can't be done, or it's going to take too long, or it's too expensive, or like this or that. And it's like same thing with the TascFam Preamp. I was like, Jay, I want to make this. I've been asking him, telling him about it for a while, and he was just like, okay. 2 days later, he's like, sends me a picture of the proto, and I'm like, what? Like, is that real? And that's what I mean. So like, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you need pedals built or you have any interest in circuits and stuff, talk to Jay, man. He's got this wealth of information that he's just so generous with telling people how to do stuff, and I wish I could take more advantage of it because I'm just not. I could have the mindset and the brain for that. I just don't. But
if you guys are into doing,
if you're into doing that stuff, hit him up, man.
If you're into building things, or if you have a circuit that you want to put together but you don't want to etch the board or whatever, you can always get at me on email and we'll work something out. I mean, yeah, it's sort of, this is the kind of shit that I kind of live for. So
yeah, that's what I mean. It's like it's this great resource that you're kind of keyed in on now, and if that's something you're at all interested in or have an interest in doing, it's like,
or if you
this
guys,
is the guy to talk to.
If you guys want to learn how to build pedals, but you haven't done it yet, like I have like fuzz face kind of clone boards that I could part with and things like that. I mean, I could put a kit together out of the parts stash and send you something that you could experiment with on your own time and in your own at your own leisure.
So what does your like part surplus look like? I'm picturing you having like a big tackle box type setup where you just have drawers of like random parts, or is it like a big Lego bin, like just like
some of it is parts drawers like you're talking about. Some of it is bulk storage. So I have like these rolling carts. They're 3 drawers, and the drawers are full of bulk packaged electronic parts. So like each bag is probably somewhere between 100 and 1,000 resistors per bag.
Oh my God.
The drawers are full.
That is amazing.
I also have one of those carts full of new old stock tubes divided by preamp, power amp, and rectifiers.
Where did you you just picked it up along the way, or
what stuff? Which
like
part?
how did you accumulate all these parts?
Those resistors and
yeah.
stuff.
You just bought a bulk shipment of them?
I buy resistors and capacitors and lots of parts actually in bulk usually, because for only a few dollars more you can 10x like how many parts you're getting in the mail.
Wow, okay.
So like if a resistor, you know, for a quantity of let's say 1 to 24 is like 10 cents, if you buy 25 to 100, you know, it'll go down to like 2 cents a piece.
Oh my god, really?
You know, and if you
I don't know
if you buy 1,000, it's like 0.0025 cents a piece. It's fractions
like
of a fucking
brainer.
It's a fraction of a fucking cent,
Yeah.
just, you know, per resistor. So
Yeah, I mean that's
there's
like a
no
difference of
reason
like
not to.
1,000%. If it started out as 25 cents or whatever.
yeah,
That's
and I mean,
crazy.
you know, the tolerances on the resistors are pretty good. So yeah, parts
parts.
accumulate magically. Yeah, they do.
JMA, what's going on? I don't know if I gave you a shout out tonight, my friend. Gee, I'll probably hit you up about. Oh, cool. Maybe you
John,
could do a
yeah.
hybrid. Yeah.
Did I think I showed them the reamp box that I build, right? Did I show that on the channel?
I think somebody was asking about it on the. I think Will, are you still hanging out? I think Will may have been asking about it at one point. And then Twin says I might be in the market for an octave fuzz.
Why don't I see that?
It's right above John.
Oh,
You did
yeah,
show that.
Okay.
Okay.
I got you. Yeah.
See, John, you know more about the channel than I do. I think at this point. I don't remember that, man. I guess you did show it though at some point.
Yeah,
maybe
I thought so.
Maybe last time we were here.
I thought it did. Yeah. You know, doing the Bo Hansen and the reamp in the same box would not be an issue at all. The actual guts of the reamp box don't take up really anything for space. It's more about the in and out connectors eating up real estate than anything. So yeah, that totally could all be done in one box. It'd probably have to be, you know, you'd probably end up with a box maybe like a little smaller than like this reverb unit, you know, just to make sure that you could, you know, it'd probably be like this, and I could draw it in the dust. So something like a little bigger than the average pedal box to fit all the in-out and XLR stuff, but that definitely could be done. Yeah, I mean...
Damn! When you bite the fry bites back. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Damn drops. It's like a guy that reviews fast food. It's amazing. I'm on that after the... Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, I actually have, I think, one of those Bo Hansen DI boards from the UK left. So I could do the assembly on that and then box it up with the reamp that I build. That would be certainly a worthy studio tool. Yeah, absolutely. The reamp box, you know, for years I never thought much about that, and then once I finally had one, I use it for all sorts of stupid shit. You know, you end up like, hey, I wonder what snare drum sounds like through a guitar amp. Like you could do that with line level, but it's so much cleaner with a reamp box. And
also, I mean, you started doing a lot of sessions like with that one guy we talked, the songwriter guy, and he had tracks that he brought to you, and you were like, well, I can make this sound like this if I throw it back out into my room, and you know, so that's like a really.
Well, do you want to hear that guitar sound?
Sure. When in Rome.
Yeah, I'll bring the safety.
But that's like it's super useful for recording other people's stuff, or like Jeremy was going to send me some stems. You know, we could bring them and send them back out if we want to get some reverb on them, or
for sure.
So it is like,
let me find the original on this.
ABM.
Well, I think I still have the original guitar. I just got to look through here. Yeah, so this should be the original.
I think the stream is like tripping out. Check it out. Yo, we still out here? We still live?
With the reamp, man, is it frozen on there?
Yeah, I guess it's just on this thing. It's like just spinning. Maybe it needs to be refreshed.
I don't know. This thing's like forever old.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, as long as we're still live, it's okay. I can check out the comment.
Well, the chat is still working.
Oh yeah, that
Just
is
the video
that's
is
weird.
not happening for whatever reason.
Thanks, Jumbo.
You can do that through a 488, right? Yeah, I mean the reamp box pretty much doesn't discriminate. You can hook any sort of line level source into it and run out into any sort of high Z input, guitar related input, amps, pedals, whatever you want, and then back into basically whatever you'd like. So yeah, it's sort of universal in that way. But the idea is to cleanly and accurately transform not only the impedance but also the signal level between the line level and the high Z instrument level. That's the purpose, and it also has a volume control in line. So yeah, that's that. But this track is all reamped guitars anyway. The electrics.
So it's like he had tracks that he recorded a while ago, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where the.
And then you were like, actually, let's try sending these back out into.
Well, he brought me. So he brought me. Like these were the original lead tracks.
Oh, like direct.
This isn't the one that was too hot. This is just a direct lead.
So these are just literally like guitar into a board.
Yeah.
Or into an interface.
So you got that, and then that turned into this. Which turns into this in a mix.
Scratched up in that palm. I need a spring ticket on the bar with a smooth battle scar. I need a spring ticket on the bar with a smooth battle scar. All scratched up, chasing hands around the barnyard.
Yeah. So that's pretty, I mean...
So, I mean, you really get a lot out of reamping and having, you know, air on top of the track.
It adds to the amount of possibilities of what you can do.
Totally. I'm trying to remember what the
type
one
of sounds
was.
you can go for.
I'm trying to remember which one had the...
Yeah, one of them was like recorded really hot, right?
Super, super hot. It was really crunchy.
He thought he was going to have to throw the tracks out, right? Or
Yeah.
redo them?
Yeah. Well, actually, a studio that he went to told him that there was no way they could work with the files that he brought.
Right, and then you were just like, yeah, right. Hey, check this out.
I was like, yeah, I don't know how that's even a thing. So.
You're like, actually, check this out. Boom, 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 and
yeah.
Jay did the wizardry, cast some spells on that shit, and it came out. I'm gonna step out for 1 second.
All right.
It's all you, Jay. Jay solo.
Oh no, got me solo on it. I'm just looking through some of my projects in the studio here. I'm trying to find the one track where the guitar was way too hot. I'd like to show you sort of like how that went down. His I guess the studio he was going to before, the guy told him there was no way in hell that you could make this thing happen, but you know, it certainly ended up working. But I'm not sure which song it was on. I can't really recall for sure. Not this one. I don't know. I guess it's sort of irrelevant at this point. But anyway, to the topic at hand. I'd be more than happy to you know, do a combo DI reamp thing though. Yeah, record something clean, then fiddle with the knobs manually to get a really cool take versus using your feet. Yeah, I mean, I have to shit on some band that I hate. Rand, go.
The Beatles.
No, we already did the Beatles, man. I can't.
Jay hates the Beatles, in case you guys missed it.
Oh,
yeah, I won't allow any more Beatle hate on this channel.
I'll have to start my own channel just to shit on the Beatles.
Well, that's what one of you guys suggested, Jay. Just do a channel where he just shits on like famous records. Or
no, I don't want to do that, man. But you know,
you're already too much of a curmudgeon. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would just be taking it to a whole other level.
Velvet Underground. No, I'm not going there. Not going there. I gotta step out now. What is this? Like,
I started a trend.
We pissing shifts now.
All right, all right. Let me see. John, yeah, I like the idea of fiddling with knobs manually to get a sound you like. That's a really good idea. All right, so Jay stepped out. It's solo mic time. If you guys want me to rant on something, give me a topic. I like the Beatles, but more of a Stones fan. Yeah, that seems to be the distinction with a lot of people. Is like either people like the Beatles or they like the Stones, like one or the other more, or the other. I'm definitely a Beatles man. Just great albums, and I really enjoyed the Beatles anthology. I don't know if any of you guys have watched it. It's that long, like, borrowed it from a friend of mine a long time ago. The DVD set. And I just used to watch like one a night for a while, or an hour a night. And it's like this epic anthology about them, about the Beatles and their origins and stuff. I don't know. I haven't listened to the Beatles in a long time, but they're one of those bands I think everybody should at least check out. Because I don't know. I remember, it's just some people have like never listened to the Beatles, and it's like how could you like be into music but never listen to the Beatles? I don't mean to sound like a super Beatles fanboy, but it's just how I feel. Oh, I didn't know that. Twin Ringo Starr had a cameo in 200 Motels. I love both, but the Beatles are why I played guitar at age 12. Interesting. I think the Beatles are a big reason why a lot of people picked up guitars and started playing instruments.
Not me.
Not Jay. Jay's too cool for the Beatles. I worked with a 19-year-old kid the other night who had never heard of the Beatles. Oh my gosh. Yeah, see, that's what's becoming, is like we're starting to get into a world where people haven't even heard of Beatles, so go for like Pink Floyd. Beach Boys, yeah, heck yeah. We were listening to, was I listening to Beach Boys with you the other day, or is that?
With me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Beach Boys I've been getting more into. I've been listening to a lot of Beach Boys stuff in mono, actually. Because Brian Wilson, I believe, is deaf in one ear. So that's
probably from meth or something. I'm not...
From meth?
Wasn't he like all fucked up?
I think he had like some mental...
Oh, was it? I thought he had like a fucking drug problem first.
Oh, did he? I don't know. I don't know too much. I don't know too much about the Beach Boys.
Drug habits?
Drug habits.
I don't either, man.
Oh, I think he was born deaf. Wow.
He was born deaf?
Yeah.
Like all the way?
I think he's deaf in one
partially.
ear. Yeah. He was hella fucked up on drugs.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I mean, oh man, Reverb came through.
Oh yeah, I remember that movie, the Cusack movie. Huh. Till I die. My buddy David Paul too. He's got a cool channel. He's really into the Beach Boys, and he's doing some cool videos about recording like Pet Songs type songs, or trying to cover Pet songs.
Pet sounds.
Yes, sorry, I'm like tripping over.
You guys ever see that Portlandia episode?
What? No.
About pet sounds?
No.
This mic was used on pet sounds.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. He's like got a recording. Yeah.
It's like, see these drums? These drums are used on pet sounds.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So he's a big acid head, huh? I didn't know that.
Yo, Walk Hard. I just watched that movie again the other night for like the 385th time.
It's on Netflix now, right?
It is, yeah. Oh my god, fucking love that movie. When the trailers for that first came out, I was like, oh yeah, that's real nice. Make fun of Johnny Cash.
But it's like a lot of parodies,
God,
right?
It's so funny. It's so funny. I don't even care.
I'm gonna attempt to.
James Brown. Yep, kick myself.
Oh, there we go.
My favorite thing about James Brown is Eddie Murphy's impressions of him from the 80s. But James, man, he had an impact on a lot of people, man, and what a career.
Well, like, and so even like hip hop stuff, a lot of early hip hop was just loops of James Brown instrumentals, you know?
Do you ever hear the stories about James Brown and how he used to like pick drummers and shit?
Yes, I actually have.
Fucking crazy, man.
And like, there's videos I think where people in the band would fuck up, he would like turn around and be like, and that would mean you just lost $5 off your payment or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he goes,
so he wasn't actually dancing; he was just reducing everyone's salary.
Yeah, he was like, "You just fucked up. That's $5 you just lost, or 50, whatever it was." And then he did this. It was like, it's like that. that is like a level of musicianship or band leadership that is, it was a privilege to play with him. I suppose you could say. And
I guess.
well, I mean, who would put up with that kind of,
I'd be pretty fucking upset if I was only making like
well, especially
$100 a show,
Yeah.
and I'd missed a snare hit, and somebody turned around and told me I just
that
lost
was
five of that.
$5. Yeah, that would really mess with you.
After 3 or 4 of those, I'm gonna stab you with a drumstick. Aye. But yeah, I guess
that is like
he was Iron Fist,
exceptional,
though,
man. I mean, that's a level of exceptionality or
Well,
commitment to your craft. That's like
well, he always
best of the best. You know?
always picked the best of the
Look,
best.
you want to be in the band? Awesome. Don't fuck up.
Yeah. And there's a lot of things you can thank him for, like the whole like funky drummer loop that everybody likes and shit.
Funky drummer,
you know.
Yep.
That's in a million fucking songs now, and you can thank him for abusing a drummer into playing it.
Yeah, and how many samples are taken from that?
Yeah.
How many loops are taken from that stuff? How many
Exodus.
hits and stuff? Oh, Jeremy's
What's
showed
good?
up. How's it going, Jeremy? Did you check out that loop I sent you, buddy? I think I got it for you. I think I got it to loop right. He had ants in his pants and he needed to dance. Yeah. I'm good. Cool. Love and Mercy with Paul Dano. Oh, I never saw that. No, just got home. Okay, cool. Yeah, whenever you can check it out, just let me know how it. I think I nailed it, and I think I used Logic Pro X's help to nail it. So cool, dude. Yeah, take your time. I was just curious. Like, I did it kind of fast this morning. I had some other stuff going on, but I think I got it. So I was packing up to come here. Actually, we've been Exodus. All day. We've been working on channel stuff and recording, and we made a bunch of videos. So it's been a whirlwind of a day. I think we're actually hitting the 12-hour mark in 6 minutes, Jay.
Or oh my god.
So it's been a 12-hour day of just TascFam recording and TascFam videos, and we're going to be really ahead on the schedule for the channel, which I'm really pumped about. I'm already I already have the schedule for March pretty much done. But I need to, I'm going to have to start shooting a lot of stuff when I get some time and when I can do blocks of time. So, damn, you guys are fucking cyborgs.
Yeah. Brilliant.
You'll never know if we are or not. Yeah, it's we've been hitting it hard over here. Got some cookies and got a lot of coffee and ate a whole pizza.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good though. I'm hitting that point where I'm
fucking
like
hungry again.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm at. I want a chicken sandwich.
I'm at a point where I'm just like floored and just like so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be here, and
I'm so happy
to
be here.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm so,
So
happy to
happy.
do something was able to do something I wanted to do today.
Just to
and,
be here.
Happy to be on the stream, hanging with the TascFam. So, but yeah, Exodus, we've been hitting this hard.
Smell like somebody was barbecued.
Tammy show, need to see it. I don't know what that is, Andrew.
I don't know what that is either.
JB's killed it. Destroyed. Tina Turner. Huh. Where's Ike? I don't know who that is. Or did you mean Mike? I'm right here, man. Compelling live stream. Mike tying a shoe.
Yeah, I'm with it.
That's something you don't see every day.
I actually got
Ike Turner, man. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're rolling up on the 12-hour mark. This is nuts. I think this is the longest amount of time Jay and I have ever hung out, probably, right? 12-hour day. I mean, we've pulled some long days, but I don't know if we've ever gone quite this hard. It's pretty amazing.
I mean, I don't feel like it was overly exhausting. This is
No,
sort of
that's what I was saying. Like, I feel like
what studio days are like for me usually.
I feel like super energized right now.
Except I don't usually almost go to Big Pink on studio days.
Right.
That was an additional bonus.
We totally wussed out on Big Pink. It was kind of hilarious.
It looks like one of the guys in the band that we're gonna play with at BSP is gonna come check the stream out shortly here.
Oh, cool.
I'm getting hit up about doing sessions while we're having live
I was wondering,
stream
yeah.
chats. Sorry
Quality
about that.
shoe action. Ike and Tina X. Oh yeah, it's been a fun day, man. The Big Pink excursion. I don't know. There's just a lot of factors. I was afraid my car was gonna get stuck in the driveway. We were wondering what was gonna happen once we got up there.
I think that guy probably would have yelled at us anyway.
And there was just so many signs, like every couple feet, that was like private road, private
Every
road.
couple of trees.
Yeah,
there was a
every
new
couple
sign.
of trees, there was like a new sign that got
more explicit.
more aggressive as you went further down the road toward Big Pink. So we're like, look,
The one I could see in the distance had no fucking trespassing, and there were 4 exclamation points.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was sort of. It became
it was
obvious
kind of like
that-
if you get this far down this road, you're gonna get fucked
Yeah.
up.
It was like, what is that?
The first
Is
couple,
it like Wrong Turn? Is that those movies where like
Yeah,
the kids
yeah,
get like
yeah.
eaten by the people in the woods and shit?
Yep, that's what it kind of
That's
felt
what
like.
happens. You go to Big Pink, you get eaten in the woods.
So I mean, who knows? The guy might not even have been there, but it was pretty hilarious.
He might have made us coffee and cookies.
Right. He could have been like, "Oh, you guys are here to check out the house. Like, awesome. Like, come on down. It's so nice to see you guys." But he could have also been like,
No, we haven't been streaming all day.
No, we've been working on videos and stuff.
Yeah, we did a
You're
bunch
gonna
of.
need a loan.
We
Yeah.
cranked out a video of well, a bunch of videos, but one of the setups is the TascFam Preamp.
Yeah, we did three TascFam Preamp vids. You want to run through them?
Well, the main one to me, the core one, as far as my excitement is concerned anyway, is the one that we tracked Mike's song "Little Wiser," Be Cool Cowboy track.
That's right. Yeah.
We retracked it, but using only 4 tracks, and every source was recorded through the TascFam Preamp. So the drums were a single mic through it. The bass was direct through it. The guitar amp was mic'd and sent through it, and then the vocals ran through it. And there's actually a 5th track, which I ran through that Pioneer reverb I never shut up about, or ran a bus mix, I should say, through that, and then printed to the 5th track. So, sort of like, I guess that'll be the end video, right, of all the examples we did today. But,
the idea was to kind of do one of those videos that's like, kind of like a compilation video of, and we got video footage of each part of each instrument. So it's going to kind of be like switching back and forth, and we have all the pedal settings, so it'll be like, a quarter of the screen will be the drums, Jay playing drums, and then it'll have the pedal set up, and then when the bass comes in, it'll be a shot of me playing bass with the pedal settings, and etc. Guitar, vocals. So it'll be kind of like a Brady Bunch type video.
So Exodus said 57 on drums. Nah, I was trying to keep everything sort of general for regardless of what your budget is, you'll have one of these, and a 57 would have been a second choice, but I used a Nady Star Power SP5, which is like an $8 SM58 clone.
So close to a 57. I mean,
the capsule's similar, the basket design is different, the frequency response and the transformer actually are different. But
we wanted to do like dynamic mics that are within reach to potential, recording with this thing.
In one of the first videos I did with you, I was talking about, recording shit with, shit you find in your creepy weird uncle's garage and stuff.
Yes.
Remember that? So, like, that's sort of the thing. Like, if you dig through grandma's attic, like, you're probably going to find, like, a fucking realistic highball mic or something, even if it's 1/4 inch or whatever. But, like, something that ends up somewhere between Omni and Cardioid, whatever, will work. And in the video, we show, like, the position that I came up with and some, sort of placement that you can try to achieve the same thing that I got. It's the same drum kit that's been in every video we've done with drums in it, I think. At least that you and I have done. And it's the same drum kit that ends up on 90% of the sessions I do here. I keep the heads fairly fresh, but
it sounded great. We really barely moved the mic around just to get a better mix, or like a mix that we thought sounded good.
And in that video, I mean, I'm not sure how the edit will go, but in that video, you'll probably be able to see me like with headphones on, sitting behind the kit, about to cut a pass, and like I just tweak the mic slightly, and actually I'm like listening to things, so you can direct that mic. You know, I had a situation in my headphones where the kick sounded really good, the rack tom was okay, but like the
Floor tom,
snare was
right?
cutting too heavy and the floor tom was not happening. So I played with that angle until I got as dynamic you know, a mix as I could out of that single mic running the way it was running. And you know, that's what I've said that a million times too, about making sure you got headphones that you can hear your sources through.
Real-time monitoring.
Yeah, and set up your mic placement, you know, not based on theory, but based on what
it
you actually hear.
like,
Yeah, because there's no better judge than your own ears anyway.
Or, you know, if you can't, if that's not possible, you got a buddy around or somebody else that can do that as you're playing, like guitar is helpful. Or I guess you'd have to record a little bit and then listen back to it.
Yeah.
Which is what we did too. Because like we were saying before, on the pedal, I was in charge of cranking the gain and I gained it. We have the take, so we'll make, it's like a really blown out TascFam
Yeah.
you know, sound, but you know, that was helpful because it was like we recorded a pass. I said it. Jay came in and was like, okay, yeah, let's try this, let's try that, and it was like just a little bit of tweaking here and there, recording a snippet of something, listening back. Like that's, you know, if you're alone or you don't have somebody else to do that, it's very useful. And then you can say like Jay was saying, he was literally balancing the kit as he was playing it, and then saying like, okay, this could be, and then he just like tilted the mic and we went with it. You know, it was really quick. Like it was like I think pretty much one take wonder the whole time, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think I did the vocals twice, and then the first time was just because I don't know, wasn't paying attention or something.
Yeah.
Too many cookies. But yeah, it worked out pretty well.
So Exodus asked if I live in the sticks. Yeah, I live in the sticks, man. But not really. Kind of the way that our town is laid out. Like there's a village, and then everything is, you know, sort of, that's central, right? So the whole town is actually made up of former like hamlets. They all had their own post offices and shit. So I don't know, it's weird the way that it's broken up out here. But like the studio we're sitting in right now, even though we're surrounded by woods and there's like nothing for, you know, a good distance any direction, if you drive about 5 minutes down the road, you end up in that village. So we're really like not too far out. I just like out here, both for the sake of expense and also for the sake of the attention span of the artists that I work with here, there is not Wi-Fi in this building. Where it's located and the way that the road works, there's not a way to get a cable line here, so that would leave me stuck overpaying for either satellite or DSL, both of which suck on their upload download speeds, and I'm just not willing to do it at this point. So I'm looking into solutions for some sort of you know, whatever, cellular sort of 4G router kind of deal.
Well, then you can do the hotspot thing too, right? You were talking about.
Yeah, I can do the hotspot. I mean,
That's what makes it cool, though. Coming here is
But
you're
the
kind of off
hotspot-
the grid. You know, obviously we can stream through LTE, but
the hotspot I do, like when I have to upload or download files, I can activate the hotspot and then I hit Dropbox on the, you know, on the studio machine, and I do what I have to do, and then I shut the hotspot off. But you know,
it's nice not having the Wi-Fi though, you know, because it's just one less distraction.
I think like when you're in the studio, especially if you're paying to be in the studio, you should be focused on the fact that you're in the fucking studio, not like, you know. I mean, the social media shit's cool, like if that's what your life is, and you know, obviously like we're doing this thing on YouTube, so I have no problem with that. But like, if your function is to be creating something, then your focus should be on creating something and not on what's going on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Like I just don't have, I don't have the mental capacity to listen to people chatter about that shit all day long.
That's
just,
what works great.
I'm here to
our
work
friendship
and so
too.
should you be.
Is that neither one of us are those kind of guys. So
yeah, I mean, I've had clients up here that, you know, we're doing, you know, whatever streams, and that's cool, but like you're definitely gonna be running on your 4G LTE up here if you intend to do that, and that's what we're doing right now. So I mean,
and I checked my plan. I think Matt was curious about that last time, and it's all gravy, baby. I don't know. It doesn't use up as much data as
Yeah,
I thought it would.
I
so-
haven't gone over, and I go over like
And doing
in my
this like
house
once in a
sometimes.
while, it's like it's not really that big of a deal. So.
No,
And I
it's,
don't really use the data when I'm at home either because I have Wi-Fi, so it's like, you know, it works out. That's why the quality looks pretty good now. So
Yeah, it doesn't
I
look
think
terrible.
the key is like keeping the phone a little bit out.
And as long as the audio is good, man, that's
Yeah, the
that's
audio-
way
'cause
more
this is-
important than
yeah,
the rest of it. You're just
yeah.
gonna watch me like touch my face 4,700
Yeah.
times, and whatever. So
Right, it's not like we're doing like a
yeah,
tutorial.
I'm
or
not doing
something at
like
this point.
topless jumping jacks or anything. There's nothing you really got to see. But I will show you the studio racks. Hopefully, maybe we can do like a sweep across before the stream dead
we
ends.
could try it.
I think we should try it.
Maybe we should kind of say we're going to be closing up shop, like, and then we'll do that just in case. 'Cause I feel like we're going to drop out, like, if we come over
Do you
here.
think?
I remember last time when we were doing like the reverb units, went to do a sweep, and then it was just like we had to run in there.
It died.
So maybe what if we did do you want to do like a
Stream health went way up in the last hour.
Yeah,
that's probably about
what
when
it
you pushed
was.
that camera
That was when I
back.
pushed it out. Good call.
Yeah.
You know, because
Well, we had good luck with it slightly inboard and kind of more
this
of an
looks
angle
like
over there too.
This was like somebody was saying earlier. It's like we're just like one giant pixel. This looks way clearer than it did before. So.
I really don't think it looks too bad. I mean, all things considered.
But like before, this thing was like, oh man, I don't know. It looked like somebody dropped like spaghetti sauce.
I know, it was fucking
and
bad.
I was like, what's
It's bad. It looked like your lens was dirty.
Yeah, I was like.
But
So that's
so-
the thing. We gotta keep it outside of that threshold. That looks good.
I should find some gaff tape and put a
thing down. Yeah.
put a block on the floor there so I know where it goes.
Is there a way to like show them the rack gear from here, or is it we really need to close up?
I don't think you could really show them from here. I mean, I gotta move my fat ass and see if it works. But.
I mean, we could make like a post on the forum that's like photos. I mean, we could try it. I know.
Well, I wonder if you crank the lights and stuff, if you can see it. Sorry.
Sorry.
If you can see it any better.
Because I know that once we.
I know you can't see the specifics. It's kind of not as easy as that, but.
I'm just trying to think. Like,
There it is. There it is.
Do you want to just give like a Well, what Will was interested, right? At some point.
Yeah. He's still with us, right?
Will, are you still hanging out? It might be. It's pretty late out in the UK. He might have bounced.
All right. Well, maybe we'll do a forum post on that then.
Yeah, or we could do like a full-fledged vid on it too.
Yeah.
I just know as soon as we bring this into here, it's
All
like
right, so we won't fuck with it.
we might just be blotching out.
Yeah, we don't have to fuck with that. I turned the light down, maybe, hopefully not too much. But
The phone is really good at adjusting for the light, so it still looks good.
yeah, it works all right. But yeah, so
Guys, thank you for so much for the super chats. I'm super surprised that that's still working. So, I don't get it. Maybe it took them a little. It's going to take some time before they axe that from the channel too. But as far as I know, if you're not in the YouTube Partner Program, which I'm not in any longer, that's supposed to not work. So, I'll definitely make sure that we get those though, and that YouTube doesn't just siphon them into the Google machine. So
yeah, that'd be fucking whack, man.
yeah, we really appreciate those. Appreciate you guys.
Anybody got any sort of closing questions?
Yeah.
Things you want to see or?
Yeah, Matt, great track, my friend. Thanks for sharing that. Matt shared his post-rock track yesterday.
Yeah, actually, that was the one I was asking about, wasn't it? On the stream.
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I did check that out. It's fucking awesome, man.
Giant Tree Productions says, hey, Giant Tree, what's up? He says, they say, what bass do you use?
In which context? I mean, it could be anything. There's a P bass around. There's some sort of like Chinese knockoff things with.
That's what we use today.
Yeah, that's my
that's
big.
good sounding thing.
It's
Good
the
sounding
big muff bass. It's got like a super hot DiMarzio or Seymour Duncan maybe guitar pickup hacked into it. But
Yeah. I got a.
it's got cool sounds.
I have a Gibson Ripper at home. That thing rips.
Nice
No,
one.
it's a good bass. It sounds kind of like a Fender P bass. It has a lot of different sounds on tap.
I keep a Thunderbird at home for rare
Oh,
occasions
really? I didn't know
where
you had a
like
Thunderbird.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I like the Thunderbird a
It's
lot.
kind of my closet classic these days. I don't really take it out much. I used to play that in Prize Fighter when we were playing more, and that was my main bass. A great bass, man. Those vintage Gibson basses, I know for a while they were very underrated. You
Yeah.
could grab them. I remember I brought it to a place.
There are different versions of that though too.
There's
the
like
different electronics made a big difference.
mine's a little bit younger, I think, but it's
All right, John. We'll talk to you soon, man. Thanks for coming by and hanging out.
Yeah, John. Thanks for the road trip funds, my friend. Appreciate
And
it.
yeah, Exodus definitely. If you want me to try to do some drums, man.
Yeah.
Just send me.
We got a drum crew over here, so
Yeah, send me samples of what you're working with. Send me if it's an MP3 or whatever. Just so I can check it out and sort of play around with some ideas.
we got Lucas too, Jay's drummer, waiting in the wings too.
Yeah, if I can't play it, Lucas can definitely play. He actually is on some of this.
He's like almost a session guy at this point. He just rolls up and you get him stuff, and he's just like,
pretty
"All right."
much. Yeah.
I don't think he realizes it. But
No, he realizes it. I sort of like put him in that position when he started playing with us. Like, he I try to help people out when I can help people out, and everybody could always use a little bit of extra coinage here and there, and
for sure.
I pretty often have tracks that
And he's a younger guy too, so
he is. He's in
trying to get him
he's in his
acclimated
early 20s,
to
but
this.
as an engineer, it kind of sucks to engineer and play drums.
Yeah.
So if I can get somebody who's a better drummer than me to come and play drums, then I can just engineer.
Yeah,
like
it's
I
like a
can't,
no-brainer. Yeah.
I can't guarantee that he'll do it for free because it's not necessarily lucrative for him. But I do have him play on a lot of stuff, and he's reasonable with it, and he's a hell of a drummer. So
Yeah, he's tight.
But what we've been talking about, I'll definitely give it my best.
Oh yeah, I just figured
My best whack, and if that's not what you're feeling, I can have him sit down on it, and we can figure out what we need to do.
Yeah,
but,
that's gonna be cool. But yeah, I got the Ripper. Yeah, I used it in a couple of the earlier vids, Giant Tree. But yeah, I haven't pulled it out in a while, so
definitely not full free. You too, Mike.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I mean, whatever, X. Send those tracks over. We're gonna do some mixing stuff. You guys need mixing? Hit us up. 424recording@gmail.com. Jay's at operationaudio@gmail.com, and I don't know. We're gonna put up some sort of a services. There is a services tab on the forum. If you guys are not part of it, it's 424recording.com/forum.
Am I part of the services tab yet?
Oh, that's what I'm referring to. It's actually your tab.
Oh, my tab.
But I think
my tab.
I want to make like a corner of the website too for that stuff too. So it'll be kind of like a central, maybe just to give it a little more.
I feel like my section of the forum has turned into like the me shit post though for like my entire life.
Popping off. It's popping off.
I mean, it's popping off, yeah, but like I don't know. I feel like I'm
Well,
becoming self-conscious about how
Right.
much I'm talking about me and that fucking thing. So
It's but at the, it's you gotta get.
I do use Dropbox, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Google Drive too. Do you use? That's a pretty.
Yeah, you
useful.
can Google Drive me too at that email address, the operationaudio@gmail.
And what was I gonna say?
My Dropbox is oh shit.
Yeah, just yeah.
I'm trying to remember the username on the Dropbox. I think the Dropbox is my old Yahoo account still. I think it's anticpunk, ANTICPUNK @yahoo.com.
Yeah, we'll check it out and then maybe.
But Google Drive it to me. That's a lot easier.
And I was gonna
if you
say,
can.
I want to make like a page that's like based off the website too. That's a services tab or something where we can put all our info and put the info so people can know what we're doing and what they can get or ask us questions. Just so there's a more not transparency, but just kind of like more eyeballs on it or something. I don't know. Just so because I feel like there's some stuff that's like kind of hidden on the forum.
I also feel like
people aren't coming across. I don't know.
I feel like we together or you by yourself, you know, we get on the stream and we talk about all this stuff, but I feel like it, because we're here and they're there, like it seems like we're in some way not reachable, if that makes sense, you know. And we are totally like
Yeah, I mean, just
approachable and willing to do whatever you
yeah.
think you want to do. I mean, we like to create and we like to make noise and try to make people's shit as you know, as amazing as they hoped it ever could be, you know.
Yeah, and so help out, you know.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's a big part of what
record something awesome, you know, and inspire others to do that. That's a big pillar of the channel. Is like a big part of it was teaching people and showing them, look, like,
but
do what you want to do, you know.
The whole community is like, I mean, all of us together are sort of like helping hands. And,
yeah.
You know, it's.
Well, it's I mean, like Exodus.
That's sort of the point.
Like, Will, I think Matt said he was working on the loop. A couple of you guys were working on, or like looking at the loop for him. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's really, really good.
So, you know, that's what it's all about. You know, everybody's pushing everybody further because it's we don't exist in a vacuum, and that's a big thing I'm really enjoying about the channel. Love about the channel is reaching out to all y'all and finding like-minded people who are into the same type of techniques that, you know, I'm into, that Jay and I are into. So it's really fulfilling and rewarding, and appreciate you guys hanging on the stream. I mean, we've been streaming for over 2 hours. You guys are all still chilling.
Exodus, yeah, I just got the Gmail email link with your Dropbox link in it. So we'll
yeah, of course, Exodus.
I will
our pleasure.
Listen as soon as we're done here, and I'll email you either tonight or tomorrow. We'll sort of talk about it, see what's going on.
Cool. Well, I think. What do you think? You think that's a wrap?
Yeah, I mean, it's like pushing 10:20 here, so
we're on the 12th hour right now. So
12 hours and
I think that's
19 minutes or something we've been going now.
Solid.
So yeah, I want a chicken sandwich.
Yeah. So guys, thank you so much for joining us for the Wizard Wednesday. This was our first Wizard Wednesday.
Our first actual one.
The past two ones, Valentine's Day and Snowstorm. So first actual Wizard Wednesday. Thank you guys for coming out since we've updated the schedule on the channel. Check out the forum, 424recording.com/forum. That's where everything goes down when we're not streaming or videos coming out or in the comments section of the videos. So obviously the channel, don't forget to subscribe, you nerd, which I think all you guys are. So
yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to family reunion. Oh, Andrew, don't you just show up, my friend? Yeah, we're getting ready to wrap up, Andrew. We've been going hard for like 12 hours. Not on the stream, but Jay and I have been working on some stuff in the studio and working on vids and stuff. So we're getting to our... We got to get some food or something. We're starting to crash a little bit. But yeah, Andrew, feel free to stream back through it. You can go like 2x through the live stream. And we got a lot of videos coming out for the TascFam Preamp. That's this big thing today.
Yeah.
Shirts.
Should we play him a little teeny piece of
something?
Yeah,
let's do it.
What do you want to give him?
Let's give him the opening loop of the track we recorded.
We'll give you the opening loop, just the drums of the new version that we did today of Little Wiser.
Through the TascFam.
Through the TascFam.
We'll do that a little bit. Yeah, it was baking a pizza. Nice. That's awesome. You know, like a convention. Yeah, we could definitely do a convention, Exodus. We're talking about some point we're doing a 424 recording road trip.
All right, should we give him the loop?
Let's do it. We're gonna give you a little loop of what we've been doing. Yeah, well, we're doing a 424 recording road trip for you guys that just showed up. At some point we're gonna be heading out to Chicago to hit up NobCon in September. If you're on the way out there, we're gonna probably hit up Pittsburgh, and I don't know. We can hang if you guys want to hang.
Should we do it with or without the reverb?
With, man.
All right.
And I don't know. So hit us up. We're gonna be obviously live streaming.
Together we dominate. I like the way this guy thinks,
let's do it. Hell yeah.
All right. So here's the drum loop of the TascFam Preamp with a mono kick drum mic to the intro of Little Wiser, the version that we cut today.
That's it.
That's a little taste.
Yeah, that's
That
through
seems short. That
yeah,
seems
it's a
short.
little- maybe give him up to before. I don't know. Let's just play it. Fuck it.
You want to play the whole thing?
Let's just be our exit music. So I'll wrap it up, and then once it's over, we'll just right. I mean,
Yeah, fuck it.
you guys are here. Let's do it. Fuck it. Yeah, here we're just gonna play the whole song for you guys. So
Fuck it.
thanks for sticking around and hanging out.
And you can watch. Still make sure you watch how we
Yeah.
how we accomplished it, because
We're
it
gonna
is
be
all
doing,
broken
like-
up into individuals.
And we got videos of each instrument and the settings of the pedal. So this will be a little precursor to it. And
So without further ado,
without further
the
ado,
world premiere. Be Cool Cowboy, Little Wiser, utilizing the TascFam Preamp.
I never knew what that meant till someone told me everybody feels alone and so lonely. I don't really care, I guess that I'm over it. Ready to face the day with my pants on. Get talking a while, little wiser, little wiser. Get talking a while, little wiser. Little wiser, and I lay thinking about my parents, how they getting older and older. Wishing vampire would stop by and turn me on travel time and make me a fish. Shit talking a while, little wiser, little wiser. Shit talking a while, little wiser. Little wiser. Oh, hey, well, never mind.
Seems like a
Oh, hey, well, never mind. Oh, hey, well, never mind. Oh, hey, well, never mind.
totally recorded through the TascFam Preamp, utilizing it on each track, and we only did 4 tracks plus the reverb track. So, but stay tuned. We're gonna have the video coming out every Monday from now until the Kickstarter is a new video on the TascFam Preamp. Thank you guys so much for sticking around for the stream. Andrew, thank you so much for going back and rewatching. All those watch minutes really help get the channel back to being monetized because of the YouTube demonetization. But you know, thank you guys so much for watching, sharing, liking, being a part of the TascFam, coming out to the live streams. You know, just all your support, all the cool stuff we've been doing, recording something awesome, doing what you want to do. That's what it's all about. And,
That's it. And we're you know, not only is it great that you guys, you know, come out and hang with us, but you know, the showing the support all directions really feels like a good thing. It feels
Yeah.
like the old times and, you know, the old scenes that used to exist in towns like
Yeah,
ours
man.
that are fucking dead now. So
Yeah.
the fact that you guys show up, you know, every time he's going to be on or every time that we're going to be on, and you know, it's the same core crew that are really
Yeah.
holding the thing together and helping
And pushing it forward.
build a thing and helping support one another. It's really, you know,
Yeah.
it's nice to see that happening.
Like, we have a community here, and it's
Totally.
really something special. And
Totally.
so thank you guys so much for being a part of everything. And I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm gonna give us a loop on the out and then we go.
All right, we're gonna take a little quick loop of a drum machine that we did through the TascFam too. Oh, that's a good one.
I know, I love this one.
So this is a loop we did with the Alesis SR16 through the TascFam, and this is gonna take us out, guys. So
Y'all
don't
have a
forget to
good night.
subscribe to my YouTube channel, you nerd. Have a great night. Godspeed, my friends. Do something you want. The day's not over. You still got a few hours to do something you want today. So make sure every day you're doing something you want to be
Well,
doing.
they will come. Well, I don't know. I don't want to know about that. I just want them to have good gear that sounds awesome. So here's a loop. Have a great night. Like and subscribe. Hit him up. Hit me up. Yeah.
Yo, TascFam. Do something you want to do tonight, all right? Peace!